private. Went live and I couldn't pop out chat. It wasn't letting me. It just kept saying that like chat wasn't available. Thought I had it set to private. Stream was private. Up. Shows up. Nope. Oh, okay. So, quick rundown. My character died. The last one that you saw, my character died. Um, I went through a window and there was a single zombie behind the window. I did not see him. And he bit me while I was climbing through the well, lacerated me, and I got infected off the laceration, right? So I lost that character. This is a new playthrough. I put some mods in, see if it works. Um, and I'm a little bit into it now. Helicopter events already happened. I'm 17 days in, and I am currently experiencing a problem. Now, if you come in here, not there, pretty much all of this is ammo. There is so much ammo, I actually don't have enough place, like, I don't have enough spots to put it. So, right now, like, I'm just kind of organizing. Kind of organizing. I can't. Hi, Carl, what if we called Charles and we called you Chuck instead of Carrot? Carlos instead of Carlos? Carlet? Little Carlet? Diagram. Range motion sensor. If trying to empty a few of the shelves that aren't dedicated to ammo. My my pile. A pile on the ground. Where all my earthly possessions are. Just a big fucking disgusting pile on the ground. Day 2 of the aftermath of Deracho Storm without power, but finally have enough reception to visit here. Doing okay right now despite it being IRL Zomboid. Good night. Alright, man. Good luck. Look, I'm sorry to hear that, like, you are being fucked up by, off so much. Hi, Carl. It's Garcia. Just wanted to ask if Yakuza Zero is the best game to start within the franchise. It looks fun. I think you can pick up really anywhere in the franchise, to be honest with you. All of the games are pretty fun and they kind of improve on each other in little ways, right? If you actually want to like give a fuck about the lore, which I don't really care about the lore. It's all over the place. It's kind of nonsense, right? And then, but if you do, then yeah, probably Yakuza Zero, and then you work your way up, right? But honestly, I think the funnest games I played were the more recent turn-based ones. I think that those ones were like a lot of fun. That's what I would recommend. But for the most part, most of the Yakuza games are much all the same. Yakuza Zero is probably the raunchiest, right? Where they pretty much basically do just have like softcore, and I think that's the only it's like that. Going, I'm trying to fucking make room for all the ammo I just looted. Not going, running out of inventory space. I'm like running out of space completely. Just inventory space. Space entirely. I will never run out of ammo though. I'm not even done looting the ammo store. Cold eggs. It's 400 plus thousand households affected across multiple counties. Damn, man. Going last at least a week, the storm had floods, two tornadoes, and a on nearby towns. A lot of trees uprooted, power poles like the Tower of Pisa. How are you going to keep food frozen? Right? That's my question, right? Because the elements are one thing, right? Like you can go a few days without like heating or AC, but the real thing, the real like danger of that is there being like a lack of good food, lack of like stuff to fucking eat. Just got back from Korea with your Gypsy Crusader wing. Oh, you went to Korea. You bet on his fight. Wow, holy shit. Wait a minute. How long ago was that? That was fucking months ago. Yeah, I should have bet on that. Dumb of me. Went for a full month. Damn. Well, how was Korea? If you're like a big gaming nerd, it probably is pretty cool to go there. I know that their esports scene is, or C Bang scene is pretty big. Pretty big. Esports players there are like fucking are as famous as like movie actors are here. God, you've been all over. Fuck. This dude's been to Kyoto and Hong Kong as well as Korea. That vanilla armor? I haven't seen anything like that yet. No, this is. I don't think this is vanilla stuff. Pretty sure these are from one of the mods I have loaded. Basically, the mods. Here. Um. Here, I'll take a look at that real quick. Actually, not all of the ones that I had are up to date, and some of the ones I'm running are not even up to date. Like there's little quirks with them. But for the most part, these mods are running. A lot of the mods now are running pretty decently. Right, so like, okay, so this is kind of what I'm. So I got like the Alice gear, which just it adds more than just like the one Alice backpack that's in the game. Uh, carry visible items. It adds more sprites for like carrying stuff, right? So like there's an actual like beer, like 6 pack of beer in your hand if you whip it and whatnot, or jug of water, and then a shit ton, pretty much every single one of the standalone car mods that there are. Just an absolute metric ton of them. I like there to be a lot of variation in the cars, even like the military ones, which are kind of broken in my opinion. But even the military ones I have, this is probably like at least 200 fucking vehicles. Um, I got a weapon swing, sling, Alice's weapon sling. Authentic Z, which in my opinion, this is like a must-have. This is like a must-have mod. It's really, really good. Um, what it does is it adds more outfits to the game, but it also adds more variation to zombies, right? Like so, um, you'll find like groups of clown zombies or shit like that. It'll have mime zombies and just a ton of a ton of extra outfits and like zombie variation playthrough, which is very nice. Adds backpacks too. Become desensitized, which is pretty good. Yeah, what's up, man? I was playing some Zomboid. I have a massive problem at the moment. I'm I am looting the gun store, and I don't have enough room for all the ammo in my base. I've been looting it for like fucking days. It's packed to the gills. With me and you? No, no, single player game. And right now I'm just gonna what mods I have installed. Actually work. It says unofficial 2042.19, but I'm pretty sure it does work on the current version as well. This just makes it so you can get the desensitized trait that comes with the veteran thing after you've killed like 2,000 zombies. Yeah, you won't get panicked from seeing dead bodies. Like, because after a while, right? Like, you probably, yeah, you would become desensitized to seeing zombies, and you wouldn't be panicking over like four or five of them. Clean hotbar, which just adds like little a little weapon condition indicator over their icon on your hotbar. Nice, so you don't actually have to hover over see what they're in. Climbing ladders, don't know if that works. Haven't tried to climb a ladder yet. Common sense, which apparently this mod, the original mod, is completely discontinued. The guy that made it does not support it anymore, and this is like the community's updated version. Basically, what this does is it allows you to crowbar open doors, which is should be in the base game. I don't know why that's not very easy to add. Containers just adds containers, shipping containers to the game. Draw on the map. Don't think this is working yet. I'm not sure. Haven't tried to draw on the map yet. They do, but you can't actually draw on it, right? It's pre-made symbols that you can put down. Yeah, it's actually a lot. Draw energy drinks. I like having Monster in my game. Just, it's nice. Instead of just eating the coffee for caffeine, they add energy drinks in. It um, Brita's isn't in the game yet. They have not updated Brita's. Somebody lied to me and said that somebody ported it over. It's missing a shit ton of features. Fluffy hair just adds more hair to the game. The Haku. Apparently, this is in the game. I have not found it yet, but this just basically adds the HECU outfit from Half Life. All it does. There goes the sun. Adds like sunrise and sunset to the game. Right. There's more ambient lighting to define like the sunrise and sunset. Horse mod doesn't seem to be working, but it adds horses to the game. That's what it's supposed to do. This doesn't seem to be working yet. Clothing core, that's just compatibility stuff. Military pack adds military gear to the game. My Kasani Teto plushies have not been updated. Kill count, what this does is it adds fire to your kill count, right? Because typically if a zombie dies to fire, it won't be added as you killing it. So if you start a fire and it dies to fire, it will actually show up in your kill count now. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Kind of that is not. updated yet. No, it adds plushies. It's all done. Oh, did you? I haven't gotten one yet. Nice. Map symbol, size slider, map UI. These are all just kind of like quality of life. I don't know if I like this mod. This adds like playable guitars to the game. It adds a lot of stuff. It adds a lot of fucking retarded stuff to the game. I thought it I thought it was a cool idea. Like you could decrease your character's like stress by learning to play like an instrument, right? And then playing that instrument. But it also adds like yoga to the game, and it also adds fucking shitting and pissing to the game. I disabled that because I do not want to do that. That's too much. I disabled the shitting and pissing aspect of it. You well, you guys can have that. If I wanted to take a shit in my game, I'd just go play Ark. Well, that's why I got it, and then like I started a playthrough, and I was like, what the fuck? I have to like I have to do hygiene. I have to have there's like a hygiene stat. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of like I'm clearing a zombie horde out, and then it's like, oh, you got to take a massive shit right now, bro. It's not gonna happen. More damage. Yeah, yeah. It's I'm talking about like uh more damaged objects. Basically, just makes it some more. If you crash into stuff, it'll get damaged, right? Like if you hit a pole, it'll bend the pole, right? Um, Proximity inventory. That this is mostly for like looting bodies and stuff. So if you have like a pile of Zeds, a pile of dead Zeds, you don't have to click through each individual body. You could just hit on like the globe, like the general area. It'll show you what's on. Rain cleans blood. Does what it says. Reload all magazines. This one just adds an option to load all of your magazines instead of doing it one by one. Cooking. Offs cooking. This one adds more traits, occupations to the game. Spawn selector makes it so you can literally select what house you want to spawn in anywhere on the map. Select where the fuck you want to spawn on the map, and you'll spawn there, which is pretty cool. Uh, Sponge's character customization just adds a bunch of extra stuff like clothing and whatnot to the game. TV and radio reinvented. This actually shows like a little like retro electronic device whenever you try to interact with electronics, right? So like it has a like TV with buttons on it, or the walkie-talkie will show up and you have like little buttons on it. Kind of cool. Tactical hold changes the way that your character holds a gun, so it's tactical, I guess. Trailers adds more trailers to vanilla firearms expansion is what I'm using in place of Britta's. Not a fan. Not a fan of showering. Are you brown? Listen, I like the game being realistic and all, but that's a little too realistic, alright? I don't want to have to deal. I already basically have to do that in the game because I've been playing with Fear of Blood. You don't clean your character religiously after every encounter with us are going to get a bunch of negative moodles. O and P. What the? Oh, is it like the Is it like the that game where you would have to like ride a bike, right? The guy would get like decapitated. I vaguely remember that. I played the one where it was like you'd get the little bike and you'd have like a kid on the back. You'd go through like an obstacle course and you could like get decapitated. Newgrounds was crazy, man. I'm sure it's like a shell of its former self, though. Can't imagine that. Especially with how like especially with like how moral faggy people have done on the internet recently. Do you wait. Hold on. Talk? Oh, you're not even coming through. Okay, let me fix that. There we go. Why are you not getting picked up by the yes? I have streamer. Uh, that fixed it. All right.
Cool.
Hi, Winston.
Are you gonna bring him back on the in the voice chat?
He said he can't be around for long, so I bother asking him.
What's the next subject of conversation with the guy?
With Winston, it's always V2. It's all he cares about.
It's funny. I remember like at my work one day, I saw like the guy that does IT watching VTubers, and I was just like, okay,
Your coworker wanted to talk to you about
yeah.
him.
Oh, he's like in another department, so I don't really interact with them too often. I kind of just go over there when like kind of need tech support.
Which one of them did he try to talk to you?
I can't even remember.
Human beings. I remember a few years ago when like VTubing was a brand new thing. I saw some. There was like a gaming bar that I would go to, and for
Hmm.
Halloween, there were like three women showed up dressed up like VTubers cosplaying.
Wow, that must have been pretty like a lot more niche back then than it is now, huh?
It's quite jarring. Very surprised to see that.
I think like Nyaners is probably like the oldest VTuber that I know from like back in the day.
Yeah, she's one of the. Well, I is she even popular anymore? She used to be really popular. Um, and then all of her like old 4chan day shit came out, and I think she lost like a lot of her audience from that.
I would have thought that's how she got popular in the first place. You know,
But she would do like sexual voice recordings in a like a lolly character voice,
hmm.
right? On like Vakaru, you know Vakaru, and like
Yep,
yeah,
I know those threads. Yep.
yeah, that's what she would do, and a bunch of that stuff came out. I think the lefties that watched her were very happy about that. You were pretending to be a child for these right wing pedophiles.
For these chuds.
It's
I
a
think
no
she
no.
used to like say the N word too, or so. Or am I kind of just like
Yeah,
imagining
yeah, she
things?
would. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, then I think she probably like had to tone it down to be more appealing to the mainstream.
That's what they do. Tone it down, and it's not to like survive, right? It's not because they like want. They're doing it to gain an audience specifically.
I wouldn't know. Because like I think a lot of these VTubers have these like managers. I think that's what Winston was like talking about the last time. And like yeah, it's kind of like those are their boss going forward, right? Like the Hollow Live and I forgot what the other one was, but I'm pretty sure there's like a few of them and they're all popping up, right?
Yeah, they have it's night.
And there's all like this drama with them too.
They tend to try to the independent ones. I think get into drama, but the ones with ones that have managers and shit like that work drama.
Mm. Oh yeah, they have to or they get dropped, right?
Yeah, because the company doesn't like it. All right, Winston, just like mishearing.
Oh,
Literally
is he
what I just
talking to you?
it's what I just said. He said incorrect. Ones affiliated with companies have managers. Exactly, that's what I was saying. Anners was popular on the chance for pedo baiting with her voiceovers. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. What have you been up to, man? What have you been up to, though, man? Holy fuck.
Just working, came home, played some games, made dinner. Not a whole lot.
Games you've been other than Dota.
No, I was playing Slice and Dice today. I got it like I think the other day, and I've been enjoying it. It's a chill game. It's like you got a party of characters, and you like are having all these like fights with monsters, and you kind of like sort of choose what dice and items that buff your characters do, and you like fight them. It's pretty neat. It's got a decent game loop that I like.
Is it like a roguelike or like a
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, like you're supposed to kind of like play up to 20 rounds, and then you either win or you lose beforehand. So, and then you kind of just roll and do it again, and it's like random characters, random upgrades, everything. So, yeah, it's pretty roguelike.
thing? Zomboid. And that's it. I played a little bit of Yakuza 0 the other day just to test out my control.
Cool. I need to like play more Yakuza 0 because like, you know, it's a really cool game and I like it. I just haven't like put in the time for it. I've been really flaky with like where I put invest my time.
Yeah, well, there's a shit ton of Yakuza. I mean, I got into them because they were so cheap. Get like fucking 10. You can get like 10 fucking. You could
Damn. That's all. I did not know they had that many games.
not like it's quite a few. They go. I think they go up to 7, and then they start doing like they start a series, a JRPG version.
Oh yeah, I think one of them was JRPG, right?
Uh, both really good. Oh, I ate an entire tub of ice cream. I was watching on YouTube today. There was something about lock cameras.
Uh huh.
All the document, like IRL documentary people are starting to come out with shit like about them.
Yeah, people are fucking spurging out about those things.
Yeah, well, I remember it was like a British thing for a while, right? Like
Hmm.
that's kind of where it first was because I heard the Brits complaining about it.
Yeah, Britain's like fucking speedrunning
Yes.
1984,
But
bro.
apparently they have them popping up
Eh,
over here now. I'm kind of mixed on it because like I could see how it'd be useful, um, but I just kind of personally don't like it. Right? Like, I don't really want like as a citizen, like I don't really back me that.
I mean, like we already have tons of CCTV cameras. You know, like police use pretty much like all cameras that they can kind of gather when it comes to like particular kind of crimes, and so yeah, flock cameras are kind of just like more of that, just like I presume pointing out on the street, right?
Well, how they, from my understanding, is like there's an AI integrated into it as well, where like it'll
Oh,
scan and catalog the license plates so that it has like a
Mm.
it can tell like a police officer every instance of like somebody driving down a road or like a specific car being driving down a road, right?
hmm.
So it's a little bit more than just like a camera being pointed at something.
You have to be careful these days. Not gonna lie, I kind of passed a few people on the road lately.
Well, that's kind of the thought, right? Is that like if it gets used to enforce traffic laws, like I feel like that's way too heavy-handed, right? But to like catch a murderer or something like that, I would be I'm a little bit more understanding for it being used in like that kind of case.
Yeah, I agree.
Going on again.
Also, this guy had a lot of junk in front of his couch here.
Me?
Is this your junk?
Yeah, that's all my shit in front of the. That's where I sleep.
Hmm.
That's where my guy sleeps on the couch in front of all of his loot. I don't have anywhere to put it, really. To be honest, I'm kind of in the middle of like trying to organize my ammo at the moment.
They don't let you organize your junk anywhere?
They do. It's just I don't really have anywhere to put it.
Mm.
Where it sits. 78 hunger.
Go. By the way, Carl, I was writing something, kind of spitballing something I was thinking about. When I was growing up, not a lot of people were political. People are actually avoided it. They hated it. I want to say that hasn't changed. I don't think people are actually like most people. I don't think they hold any coherent beliefs about like economics, or about like justice, or about how society needs to be arranged. I think what people have is they have like appetites. They're creatures of habit and creatures of comfort. Like everybody has a strong preference for what's comfortable. And so I think what happens is everybody gets this acute sense of what signals they have to do that keep them safe, and what makes it so that you're not punished. So when they realize, oh, my environment rewards a certain set of opinions, okay, just the way like a dog learns, like which table scraps can I get without being hit. That's basically how most of like people operate. Any actual belief in anything is just optional, but signaling is always mandatory.
Um, yeah, I think that most people are like apolitical. Find it boring. I think most people find like the average normie finds politics incredibly boring, and they maybe have like one actually give a fuck about, pay attention.
Yeah.
I think it's because like the way that they're taught politics, it's entirely within the Overton window of like this is what the Democrats want, this is what the Republicans want, which do you want? And they're both pretty crappy fucking like presentations of like what political theory can actually be. You know what I mean?
Well, I think this is also why we see a lot of quote leftists appear like so often. Is they're not really leftists, they're not like conservatives who saw like, oh, this is the right way to go, or they weren't like liberals who were radicalized because they studied this thing. I think they're just apolitical people. They're still apolitical people, but they're just living according to whatever their private inclinations are. Just ordinary standards of restraint, and anything else that they would call, well, I guess they wouldn't call it degenerate, but basically inclinations that just stay private. Like most people, I think, are private people, and if they're ever called to like account, it's like they default to the left because they think, hey, this will keep me safe. I won't be attacked if I actually say what I believe in.
Well, I think also is that public schools teach as if these left wing opinions are the standard, and when you kind of like go outside the standard of that sort, you're being immoral. You know what I mean? Like instead of like having religion kind of being like the thing that teaches people morality, it's like schools teaching the golden rule. So it's like, focus on the golden rule of, do unto others you would want done unto you, and that means if people
Well,
want to fucking be
that
trannies, then let them be trannies and let them fucking rape kids or something like that. You know what I mean? It's
I
crazy.
think most people actually don't even believe that, but I think it's become more of a status game for everybody. I think everybody reaches for whatever high status shield that they can. I think that's why some people they either tune out or they defer to whatever identity politic that will actually help them at the moment.
Yeah.
It's basically a high status shield for them. Like even wearing a mask during lockdowns, like even if you don't believe, people who didn't actually believe it would do it, and it was just because they wanted it to appear like they were signaling correctly. So I think like all of it is just progressive identity, but I think progressive identity is just high status shielding.
Well, look at 2016's election, right? When Trump ran the first time. I can't tell you how many people, like, in private would, like, whisper so, like, their girlfriend didn't hear him or something, right? And be like, God, I'm so happy he won. Imagine if if Hillary Clinton was our president. Holy fuck. Like,
Yeah.
people definitely do feel like a sense of, like, comfort in the herd mentality, right? They will just kind of they will just kind of bend and not actually voice what they think just to, like, go along to get along. I mean,
Yeah. So I hate everything has become about the status. Like even again, even if you like you were saying yesterday, or maybe it was yesterday, but just like you can go talking to your blue in the face, and then the person opposite you will be absolutely convinced of everything you say. But since you're not a high status person, they will ignore everything you say the next opportunity and go right back to saying what they said before.
No, that's just Jewish behavior.
Yeah.
Like nailing a jelly to a wall.
That's why everything is inauthentic and everything's really performative nowadays. Because I think anybody who actually truly believes in any ideology is a very rare thing. Majority
Definitely.
just tracks
Most
status and safety.
like the left are annoying performative theater kids, but like yeah, most people kind of don't really care. I think like they kind of just want to get on with their life, and anything that kind of disrupts it is like a pain in their ass. You know.
I've known a few people who were leftists, but they were only leftists because they got caught, so to speak. They got
Got caught
caught
what?
saying okay, they got caught saying something that they weren't supposed to say, and immediately they kind of like ran to people on the left because it was like, oh, it was actually something. What's funny is it was something degenerate. They were caught in doing something like, well, something the left would consider degenerate, and their social circle kind of did the whole isolation thing where it's like, oh, your friends will now disown you. And so what they did is like, well, I guess I better be a leftist now because then I can practice this thing and they won't shame me because they don't shame
well,
people of their
being
ideology.
a social outcast is, like, not an option for a lot of people. People were genuinely, like, getting, like, cabin fever during
Yeah.
COVID, which I is crazy to me. I fucking I could never interact with another person. I would be but like, people genuinely, like, need that social aspect to live.
I mean, like
So
I would have lost
having
my mind if the internet cut out. So I can't really like talk shit on them.
well, the
Well,
internet's
what
the
I'm
internet's
talking about,
different. The internet's a little different, right? Like, you can
what I'm talking about more is
use
the
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 internet and not be
people
social.
the people who signal that they're on the left. I would say they're more likely to be like pedophiles, for instance, is because they use their progressive status as a way of shielding them just in case they get caught like with kitty porn on their laptop, or
Well,
they're
I think it's
grooming
more
kids.
I think it's more of a, like, leftists are more likely to be homosexuals, sexuals, pedophiles. Like, that's what it.
Yeah,
I just think you see more kind of sexual kind of degeneracy in the left wing than you would see in the right wing. Like, yeah, you hear like the occasional right wing that like people are cocks or getting pegged or whatever. But like with the left, it's like you hear that there's like fucking polyamorous relationships. There's like there's cucking as well. There's fucking like just like spreading diseases and like sleeping with as many women as you can. Um I just think like their morals and their values are just like quite opposite to most right wing sentiments, I would
Well,
say.
here's some things that I've been seeing lately because
Yeah.
Lord Frogmire had a video about this about some redditors on Discord who they had a bunch of kids in their Discord, like minors in their Discord, and there was another guy called the Burbman who's a huge lefty
Hell,
who had a bunch
hell
of
as old as time.
yeah, had a bunch of children in his Discord, and then you had that skitty bitty, that non-binary person who was saying that synth had to face the wall for his beliefs. Minor is in her Discord, and I was just thinking like this is all just a cover for these people. Like they only signal this way, so just in case they get caught, with like it gives them a shield against any visibility of like, wait a minute, you got children in your Discord, like why are you and you know this and you're letting them like watch whatever you're doing. It's like what the fuck, dude.
Don't a lot of the pedophile hunters, like the people that actually go out of their way to like find pedophiles online, aren't they typically getting caught as being pedophiles as well? Like, wasn't
Yeah, it's
that
the
like a
horseshoe
big thing when
theory.
that was happening? Now it's not horseshoe theory; it's like an actual thing. Like a lot of them turned out to be pedophiles,
Mm.
right? And I, it's hard to say because like there is an attempt in like the LGBTQ movement by true, right, to hypersexualize children, but then act like they're not trying to fuck them.
Yeah.
Um, so they definitely realize that there is still like a social stigma, but they are actively like try to fix that.
Well, it's not even just the pedophiles. Like, I think that a lot of leftists, especially the men, kind of just like pretend to be like feminist and like suck up to women so that they would like let their guard down, let them around them, and then like they'll just like rape them or whatever like that.
The
You know what I
wolf in
mean?
sheep's clothing
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
yeah.
Like these guys go around trying to be like, oh, like yeah, like men are fucking the worst, aren't they? But not me. I'm the nice guy. I'm the good
But
guy.
they
I'll
do,
always
yeah,
be
yeah.
here
I
for
don't
you or
know if it's
whatever.
to rape them, but it's like the only way for them to get any pussy.
It's the sim.
Yeah, they're basically.
And then
And
like
unfortunately, that's just like
they
that's like a human thing, right? Like
yeah, it is.
men kind of gravitate to like towards where women are.
But I
Obviously,
think the difference
get with
is
them.
like how far would you go? How desperate do you get to get some action? Like I think there's kind of a bit of a difference between like, the lengths that, they go and say people like we would go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I wonder
definitely
if that
difference.
I wonder if that's more like just viewed as a sign of weakness, like going after women instead of having them come to you.
I think that like in the past it was usually that men would approach women. It's just that like these days it's kind of viewed as like kind of less socially acceptable perhaps. Or you just gotta look like Chad, and then it's okay. And if you don't, then you're just some creep, and you gotta get away.
Yeah, I feel like this whole online dating thing was just a bad idea. I don't think I don't think that's the way it's meant. It has ever been meant to work. I feel like
Well,
that was all propped up
I think so long as you find in a place where men and women can kind of like socialize, you'll find that like they'll date or like start hooking up or something like that. I think it's inevitable.
the internet like fucked up a lot of um the internet fucked up a lot of stuff because human beings have never really been able to like interact at such a fast way. Information has never really as it has before. So people's like very obviously were susceptible to a lot of say misinformation. But like the social pressure thing that was fabricated through being like a leftist and stuff. That was something that was uh, predominantly pushed through the internet and early internet like censorship, right? Like by kicking all of the right wingers off of these social media platforms, only promoting left wing ideas, they did get a lot of people to be like completely, totally afraid to openly say that they were going to vote for Trump in like 2016. And it pushed the narrative that like leftists were the vast
Ooh.
majority of people.
Actually, you just made me think of something because Harmful Opinions had a video on this recently. Is so here's a funny thing about the way YouTube works and about some of the ways that some of the upper echelon people in YouTube are operating right now. So the YouTube is basically a place of low to zero standards, like what you can post, but whether or not it is high standards, people will flock toward like slop or toward like high quality shit. It doesn't matter what it is. Like it only matters of like what's trending, things like that, what's algorithmically viable. Some of the upper echelon people who kind of got popular are
Like a
have a
YouTuber
problem.
upper echelon, or like are you talking
Yeah.
about like a group of
Well,
people?
Harmful Opinions mentioned one guy called Super Eye Patch Wolf, but it was people who actually treat their videos like art, right? And the people who treat their videos like art have to compete sometimes with people who are just treating this as slop. As just I'm feeding my people not really well edited videos, but I'm saying all the right things I want you to that you will get you to watch my videos or the thumbnails, things like that. So the platform's doing that. So he's kind of enjoying the fact that all these people who are trying to treat this as art are I guess it's a kind of an existential moment for them, and they would rather the platform be a certain way, or they would rather curate a particular audience, and they realize they can't do that on this platform. So I wonder if that will radicalize some people. Some people who actually they actually don't want slop. They actually don't want low quality shit. And you know, it's the same. The analogy in my mind is the reason they can't really say that out loud, or the reason they're going to have a tough time doing that, is because that's a tacit admission that there are some people who who are more worthwhile than others, and there are other people who just got to go. But if you're a leftist or you're on a platform that's controlled by leftists, how are you going to like communicate that to people?
I kind of lost what you were saying. Are you
Yeah, I'm a
talking
little.
about like filtering like content
Well,
creators
basically,
or something?
so think of the state of the country right now, where we're
Okay.
letting anybody through, over the borders, no matter who it is, whatever they, no matter what they're contributing to the country, is we've got a bunch of low status, low IQ people coming across the border. Meanwhile, and then you have like leftists who are like, no, we have to let them over, we have to let them through. This is the ideal thing. So well, the leftists who love art, they love high quality art, have to suddenly compete with slop. And it's like if they have to compete with slop, and they're gonna have to tell everybody, well, no, you need to be attuned to high standards. Like
Well,
you
yeah,
need to
that's
be
why
high
they hate
standards people.
AI, because AI is competing with
Yeah.
their AI with their art fucking
Well,
projects.
do you see the conflict of interest there, where it's like,
Well, yeah, they only
I
care
want.
because it affects something that bothers them. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So this is something that I was thinking, like, how many people who are these artistes who are making high quality stuff are suddenly realizing, oh, I'm in a sea of low quality consumers. What do I do about that? How do I cope with that? Because they have not been taught to cope with that. They've been taught, oh nope, you got to be tolerant of everybody, no matter what the standards are.
I think they'll just shame. I think like just in leftist nature to just shame you out of doing a like behaving in a certain way, right? Um, like they will say AI like takes jobs away from actual artists or something, expect you to give a fuck. Um,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's what they have been doing, but it hasn't really been working because most third worlders who are like all the Indians in their crowd or all the third worlders in their chat don't really care. They're gonna
Why?
use it no matter what.
Well, we wouldn't care. Like, why the fuck would we care? You know, like for instance, you know what I mean?
Well, to an extent, we probably should, just because we want high quality art. But it's funny is we're not allowed. We've kind of been like shunned from that community, well,
but
just right wingers
right
in
wingers
general.
don't have any art.
Yeah,
Talking
that's what I
about.
mean. So that's why we,
Yeah,
we wouldn't
I
be.
don't know. I think it's just something that people are gonna have to learn to accept as a thing, right? Like it's
Mhm.
think of it like I remember when like uh pop music grunge becoming really popular, and pretty much everybody's reaction to it was like, oh, that's just dog shit. They would just like think less of you liking it. They just get like a superiority complex, and things would kind of just um. So I think that that's pretty much what you could expect. I don't think that the anti AI people are be successful. I think that I think that like AI is basically in an arms race right now, and it's going to get
Mhm.
accelerated no matter what. Bitching about how it's taking the fucking artist job, have to sit and spin.
Yeah, Slav Master, real artists aren't bothered by AI. Shitlibs can't take real art, only well, no, what I'm saying is you do get some shitlibs who are really big on the platform and on YouTube, for instance. But since YouTube is a low quality slot platform, and if they expect like, oh, I'm going to curate some high standard audience, that's not realistic, and that's what I mean. And I'm hoping that like that kind of mindset like becomes more and more prevalent, because that is what you want. That is like what you want, a mindset where it says, hey, I got a bunch of people here who don't appreciate what I'm creating. What the fuck happened to the world? And it's like, oh well, you brought them all over from the third world, and you kind of get what you deserve.
I mean,
I don't think it really connects to that importing immigrants has like an effect on like, oh, what art or something. Like,
Well, I'm trying to think of another good analogy for it. I do
well, I
know
don't
that
think
the
you
the,
as
the
like the
new
creator have any say in what you're creating appeal to. I think that it just finds an audience, right?
I no
Like
I think
you can attempt to tailor things towards a certain, like you could target a demographic by sure you can, but for the most part I don't think that there's really like any say.
I think you create something that is a certain level of sophistication. It will appeal to more people who are sophisticated people. But if you have a population of low IQ, unsophisticated people, they're not going to appreciate it, or they're not going to watch it. They're not going to understand it. Like I think a lot of older movies, for instance, were far more sophisticated than a lot of what we have now, even though we have more technology now. But if you watched older movies with like a modern audience, they'd be like, "What the hell is this? It's so boring. Like, what am I doing
oh,
here?"
you said the buzz term, modern audience.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, movies like, well, Hollywood movies these days do suck.
Mhm.
You kind of like get good movies fewer and far in between. You know, like Obsession was a good movie, but like, you know, it's kind of just like you compare that to like, you know, a bunch of other like Marvel slop, right? I've been enjoying like those Korean and like other Asian kind of other foreign films because like they just have people like just like the writing, the dialogue, the plot. It just tends to seem to be more sophisticated than like the retarded kind of like, oh, this is the good guy, this is the bad guy. They're gonna fucking duke it out and the good guy wins. You know what I mean?
The
I
bad
even
guy
talked
wins
about that.
from time to time.
Well, I even talked about that with what my most recent video is like for the most leftists don't understand satire. That's why they don't understand like Starship Troopers, for instance. And they don't
But they're the
understand
media
why.
literate
Well, I think
ones.
the movie was
Yeah.
actually pretty like legit, even though it was supposed to be a satire. I thought.
Well, with satire, as in like if you see a bad guy, quote bad guy, sometimes you like him and you want to be him because he's more charismatic and he's more
Well, yeah,
he dresses better.
I think like a good hero
Yeah.
needs to have a good villain to counterbalance, and then you have a good story. If you don't have that, then it kind of just feels a bit flat. I think that the villains in Batman, like the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan movies, tended to be more interesting than Batman himself. Personally, like Joker, like I don't know if I would go as far as say Bane, but certainly Joker, like Heath Ledger's Joker, was like a fucking marvel.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people, Batman is like interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always find myself like when I was like watching Star Wars this time, I wasn't like, oh yeah, dude, Luke's so cool. I was like, dude, Darth Vader's a fucking badass, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I always liked the villains more.
So when I first watched Star Wars, and I think a lot of people's experience was the same, is people weren't even sure like, oh, is Darth Vader a person or is he a robot or what? Is he an alien? So there was a mystery behind him too. So that was pretty cool.
Never got the impression.
Well, I mean, back you got to put yourself in the mindset of someone watching this back in
Oh yeah,
1997
that's true. That's true. Because for me, it was like you can
or
literally hear him breathing.
1973.
It was like,
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. Whenever I like watch anything that's like a like kind of like that superhero slop or something like that, I always end up rooting.
But the way that like a shit lib would think about it is like, oh, you like the villain? Oh, well, you must be a bad person.
But the villain's the bad guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
villain's the bad guy. Like, are you a bad person? That's modern education for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's interesting about like modern education, right? These media literate people, it's like in school, in their schooling, they'll have you read the worst books by the best authors, as if it's like a deliberate attempt to make you not want to,
Mhm.
right? So like these authors that are like world acclaimed, right? Like they're certainly world acclaimed, but they'll have you read literally the most like the first one they ever wrote, and it's the most dog shit thing that he's ever wrote. Trying to think of an example. Not one company, but
I mean, like,
like
I just
like
remember the
Stephen
summer
King,
reading list would just
right?
be like bad books, and I just didn't really like most of what like school was just like. Oh, read this for your summer reading list. You know what I mean? Like, I like so. I presume you guys all had summer reading lists, right? You just like pick a few books to read for the summer for your fucking grade transition in school, right? It's like I never saw a fucking Lord of the Rings, the fucking Iliad, or this or that. It's just like I remember I read this book called like The Mystery of the Dog That Died in the Nighttime or something like that. It was so bad. It's like some autistic kid trying to figure out who the neighbor that ran over some dog was. Okay. It was such a piece of shit fucking piece of literature. I don't know why the fuck they like want us to read it.
I do know
But
that
that's the slop that you're supposed to learn these days.
the school I went to, they had us read Harry Potter, and I didn't understand why um, until much later on. Same reason why they had us read To Kill a Mockingbird. It was actually just it was propaganda. It was to get you to like, oh, the black man is they're being racist and they're convicting a black man. He didn't do nothing. Oh, it's so sad. And for Harry Potter, it was look at these evil like Nazi white
evil
blonde-haired
Nazi wizards.
Slytherin wizards who are
They're going around and
they
they're called the bad guys. You know.
yeah. I mean, the good guys are the mudbloods. They're the half breeds, and they're the Hagrid is such a nice guy, but he's half a giant, and he's a gentle giant though, and so
Gentle
it's like
giant.
Like I think Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, it kind of like it does like juxtapose like here this is what the good is, this is what the bad is, but Tolkien does it in such like a like clearly a far in depth way. He like world builds, he has this whole lore behind it. It's like it's a masterpiece, right? And then you kind of get like, just fucking slop. To be honest, like as good as Star Wars is at the end of the day, like I'm pretty sure George Lucas made it just to kind of sell a toy brand, okay? Like at least that's like what the what I hear about like how it is, like it was kind of more of a marketing ploy.
oh, your little wagon unhitched. Oh, you got a zombie through the fence there coming around. I really hate is those guys who are like, I only committed these crimes because of my daughter, because of my I had to feed my daughter. I
Isn't
love how
that
they
isn't that why like Walter White is such a relatable character though? Because I feel like a lot of people are like that. Really.
yeah, and I think that the most dangerous people because like you're taught people are now taught in society to be like, oh, you need to feel for these people. It's like no, they're actually probably the most dangerous people because uh they will kill you no matter no matter who you are, if you're innocent, guilty, whatever it is. They feel like they need to kill you because they're motivated by their family, then yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's my family versus your family again, I'm killing you. Like,
yeah.
True.
Even though they didn't do nothing.
yeah, yeah. If one of our families had to die, like it's sorry, bro. It's not letting my family die. It's not happening.
I can live with that.
I feel like that should be like your normal reaction. Maybe it's like the Christian side of you that's somehow wrong.
Oh well, like if like so here's an example. Let's say you're a boxer, you're a really good boxer, and then someone kidnaps your I don't know your sister, your daughter, whoever it is, and says, "Hey, you got to go in the ring and you've got to kill some dude." And if you don't, we're gonna kill your family member. I would refuse.
Really,
Yep, I would refuse.
have like,
That's pretty lib coded, bro.
have like a different plan? Or would you
I
just be
mean,
like, ah, well, they're dead?
no, I would not. I wouldn't kill someone. I wouldn't kill someone.
So
That.
I remember there's like this thing, right? It's a little like I don't know if you would call it a heat map or kind of just like it's the thing with the rings, and it's kind of like demonstrating like, hey, the conservatives like value what they value kind of radiates outwards from how close in proximity something is to them. So it's like their family's the most important thing to them, and then it's their outer friends, and then there's their acquaintances, their nation, blah blah blah. And the liberals are like the opposite. They're like their values are like fucking out in space or like the whole world or something like that. That's kind of like I think how you get to this idea where like refugees need to be welcome, where you're just like, you know what, even though mass immigration might not be like the great thing, we gotta like let people in because there's more opportunity here in our nation. It's like no, I think that you do need to like play favoritism for your family and for your country. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of just like my opinion when it comes to like say whose lives you save, whose priority it is for you to take care of, and you know, how you kind of like want just like fucking society to function. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really get what like I don't get how you coming to because I just like I feel like I totally just
With me or with him?
with EGAD
Oh yeah.
like I
Oh, with like
100%
killing an
innocent.
innocent person.
Yeah, to save a family member. Yeah, like
Yeah. What don't you get about it?
how? Why would you not?
Because they're an
Like,
innocent
why would
person.
you? Well, so is your family, aren't they? Even if your family wasn't innocent, right? I still think that like it depends. You know, like if I had a family member that was like a child rapist, murderer, pedophile, whatever, like yeah, I would be just like give them the death penalty. But if they also are like, you know, not within that extreme, I would always like side with like, you know, siding with my family over a fucking stranger. It's kind of crazy to me that you would sacrifice like, because in this scenario you're choosing to sacrifice somebody, right? Either your family member or a stranger, and you're picking the stranger, and I'm kind of just like, why?
Well, because it's still murder that you're committing.
So you're going to let your family member die
Well, that's out of your
over?
control. Like that's still, like you're not the one killing them. Somebody else is.
I mean, I was under the impression this is more like a trolley problem kind of question, where it's like, you know, you either have your family member die, or you have or you have the stranger die. Like, I don't know. Like, do you want to go more to the details of how you're thinking here?
No, it was more just a scenario. I can't remember what if it was a movie or something, but it was the same. It was that was the scenario, which was, hey, we're rigging this fight, and you got to do this thing, or we're gonna kill you, Dada. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill people for you.
So you're gonna let your daughter die because you don't want to kill one guy?
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay,
that is crazy to
but
me.
what? Yeah, that's I totally just. He could be like
Like,
he could be the most innocent man in the world. I would still fucking kill him. But like
I
let's
don't
say
have a
that
daughter,
like
but I would kill a lot of people just to protect,
Mhm.
you know, said theoretical daughter. You know what I mean?
let's say like the guy that they asked you to kill was like evil. Like what if he was
Oh, I mean, we're all evil.
yeah, but like what if he was like a criminal, like criminal had murdered people?
Then I probably would do it.
Okay, so they have to like have it coming essentially.
Yeah, I think at that point is you know, it would be something where even the law, I think, would understand exactly what. But
I feel like the law is kind of irrelevant when it like this.
in that situation, you don't have any kind of power. You have the power to decide not to do something. Power to say no.
Yeah, but like in this scenario, there's a cost to it. It's not like we're just saying like, oh, would you kind of just like with no reason just like massacre like a whole village of people? It's kind of just like this is the cost of not doing it, right? Because most people wouldn't just go and kill innocent for no reason, right? Like that's typically not really like a moral judgment that people put in front of you, because it kind of is like ridiculous. You know, it's like, yeah, you're not gonna kill a fucking like, you know, innocent family of Africans just because they're black, or at least maybe some people won't, right? But but like, you know, it's like when it comes to say your family and their life is at risk. I
What if they
understand
have
what
a
you're
family
saying.
though?
I understand what you're saying, that it's like, hey, if someone held a gun to my head and said, I had to kill my family member, what would I do? I would just take the bullet to the head, because or maybe like you can go into whatever other details, but like given that just basic, it's kind of just like you can choose to just die, right? Typically you don't want to, but I guess it kind of depends on how far
Well, I think that
you let
that's what it
things
is.
go.
You basically choose not to commit not to commit evil, even if it's like because somebody's holding something, someone hostage, for instance. It's like I'm not going to commit great evil just because you have somebody hostage. Because what if it
Even
was
your
one of you
family.
guys? What if it was one of you guys just walking, minding your own business, and then somebody assassinated you, and you're like, "What the fuck did I do?" And it's like, "Oh, well, the guy killed you didn't want to, but they had his family member, and you
I
just
mean,
had to die."
well,
Would you
yeah,
be
I mean,
like, would you
presumably,
be like, "Oh,
if a guy was
understandable. I'm
holding
not."
Carl's family hostage and they told Carl he has to kill me, I would understand that if he comes to kill me, you know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
literally what I was about to say. Is like I would understand, to be honest with you. Like I would
You
I
would
would
understand.
I
You'd
would
be like,
understand.
"I'm
I
cool
mean, I wouldn't
dying
be
for this."
happy about it, but I would understand. Like I'd be like, yeah,
You
I'd
would
do
be
the
happy
same thing.
Because like that's unfortunately just like the shitty position that you're put in the hypothetical, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of. Really didn't expect Egad to be like on the opposite side of the fence here. Crazy.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, I don't
cringe,
think I
bro.
should. I just don't have any sympathy with that kind of storytelling.
Have sympathy for your own family, even in hypothetical sense. Okay, buddy.
Oh, for the
You must really not like him.
I
well, no,
mean,
not
yeah. I mean,
that's
like,
not
there's
what I
people in
said.
my
No.
family I wouldn't do it for. That's for sure. But
Yeah.
The people you do care about,
yeah, the people I do care.
It's like, well, like, how
Not-
far would you go to protect the people you care about? That's pretty much like the question at hand.
Not very far, apparently. Not very far.
It's like, fuck them, just let them fucking rot. But yeah, I guess that's just your opinion. So you're free to have it.
Yeah, I don't think you can have a functioning society with if people are willing to do that. But
I think most people are willing to put around. I think that people were more inclined to do things like that before we got to like this degraded part of society, actually, bro. So it might have been society was better off when people actually gave a fuck about their families.
Yeah. Like, imagine you're like in Sparta and you're supposed to fight at Thermopylae because the Persians are coming, and you're just like, I
what
don't want
about
to defend
this?
my nation because I
What
can't
if it
kill Persians.
what if
What
it
is this?
was you need to tune out or we'll kill your daughter.
I think I would just have to bite the bullet and troon out.
You tune out.
I mean, it's your dead daughter. Like,
Not
I
only
guess I
not only
guess you
tune
got
out,
me.
you get a bunch of black dudes to stick it up up your ass, and one by one they just have this big orgy have
I
their
mean,
way
like,
with
I
you.
personally would rather die, but if somebody, like, say my hypothetical daughter was like, life was on the line, then, like, yeah, you kind of just, like, sort of have to fucking deal with it. That's what I think.
Mm.
I mean, on the other hand, you could say, no, it's too below you, it's too beneath you, just kill my daughter because I just can't be bothered being subjected to this. You know what I mean? That's kind of what you're saying here.
Is your human is kind of like your extended family.
You're cringy, Gad. How's that feel?
I'm gonna stick with what I believe.
Fair. You're entitled to your opinions.
Are you genetically similar to a random, like random white guy than you are like mixed race child? That's the $1,000,000 question.
I mean, I think if your child is like, I'm pretty sure you share. Your child has like literally half of your DNA, so
Yeah,
presumably
I would say
that's
it's a
like
mixed race
more
child.
close
Yeah,
to your kid.
Yeah, but he also has half a full.
you'd have to do a test, wouldn't you?
Hard to say. It's hard to say because like there are like minor variations between different families, right? But it provided that you're like the same stock, you're from the same national ethnic stock, there is quite a bit of similarity. Most of the DNA is probably going to be pretty much similar. Same.
There's like the
Whereas
coffin of like Laylee and whatever memes where it's just like, did you know that your sister shares like the closest genetics to you? Where's general you need them?
I mean that's true. It is true,
It is
but but
technically. You don't want to go there. You just don't want to
you
go
don't
there.
you get genetic defects. It's too close.
I don't think that's the reason why.
It's too
Like that's not
close.
my reason.
That's not
That's
your
not my reason. That's not my reason
Exactly
why.
is what are the statistics on the genetic defects? Like, is it like you got 50-50 chance or what?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at the
I feel
repercussions
like
of
on
incest because
principle,
I haven't
there's a
really
lot
cared.
of there's a
Well,
lot
not
of
incest,
it's
but
just and moral and the
mixing
statistics
race,
should not even factor in. It
like
doesn't matter what the
miscegenation.
statistics
Yeah,
are.
it just kind of ends at the fact that it's immoral. Yeah, I never I didn't really need to look into it.
I was just saying it's like funny to think about when you want to go to the whole like how similar does the genetics have to be kind of like, you know, approach.
Well, people want to talk about something else. All right, let's see. What's another?
Can only imagine why.
uh,
I
let's
think we were on
see.
the same page.
Sane and it's for all of us. You had your Chud card revoked. They say. I don't know. It was kind of Troon coded. It is a little bit Troon coded because I could see a Troon making the exact. Well, fuck my family. They didn't support my transition.
Why? Because you choose not to. You chose not to acquiesce to the demands of a tyrant. So you,
My far right Christian extremist family didn't accept my multiple lovers, and so fuck them, you know?
A carton 12 gauge takes up 15. Its entire filing kit. Buckshot.
screw my family. Actually, so if my brothers or sisters did troon out, I would disown them. Yeah.
So you're too Christian to kill somebody, but you're not Christian enough to disassociate from your
Well, I
family
mean,
if they turn out.
there is a commandment not to murder.
There is. I kind of think like I think you kind of got to keep in mind that like I think that there's a technical definitional difference between murder and killing. I know that in the hypothetical it's still kind of set up as murder, but like keep in mind that like in times of war, in just cause situations, self defense situations, you're allowed to kill somebody without it being considered technically murder.
And are we just like, arbitrarily making those decisions?
I mean, it
Like,
depends on like where you want to like place the definition, right?
well, I don't know. I guess
Well, I mean, like
when you
Christians have
stand
been
before
fighting
God and
wars.
God's like
The Christians been
asking you
fighting
to give
wars for
account.
thousands of years. Like I don't think they
No,
like
what I'm
literally gone full pacifist.
no, what
Like
I'm saying is like you stand
sword
before
game.
God, give an account, and you're basically like, "Hey, God, I know you told me not to do this, but you didn't account for this, even though you're like the creator and all knowing." So it's like, yeah, sorry, I think God's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. You definitely had something there."
Hasn't God like instructed people to kill people before?
Oh yeah, but at that point
The
is
Old
you're not taking the
Testament.
law into your hands. This is actually something that God has ordained, and at that point it's God who's doing it, and He's using you as the vessel.
Okay.
I would
Same with the
phrase
state. Like same with the
it-
state.
I
That's
wouldn't
why
phrase it
you
that
don't go
way.
out and like take the law into your own hands and kill whoever you want to. Like if you're a soldier, you're actually working on behalf of the state, and uh, you would hope it
Oh,
on
and it's
behalf of
okay
God
because you're
because
just
God
following
represents the state.
orders, right? Just
Yeah.
following orders.
So is it like immoral to? All right, I'm
So if the state tells you to true out kids, is that okay? Because you're doing it on their
Oh no,
behalf.
well, I
it's not.
was
But that's clearly unlawful.
How is it unlawful? All you need to do is make that legal.
Well, because at that point is they're not working within the confines of God's law at that point.
So you're already kind of conceding that it's not the state that pretty much like that defines and enforces morality.
I
It's
was
it's
kind of under the
religion,
I was kind of
right?
under the impression he was speaking from um
I mean, he was saying like working on behalf of the state, so I was kind of like just pointing that out because it sounded to me like you could kind of go down this
what's
bad rabbit hole.
what is God's take on like defending your property? Can I kill someone to defend my property?
I think you can, yeah.
Yep, what is it?
So you'll
What did
kill
God
someone to
say
defend
about it
your
though?
property, but you won't kill someone to defend your family. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro.
Well,
Like, get off my lawn! And just shoot a guy.
well,
Yeah, you can take
yeah.
my sister. Take her with you. Get her
Well,
out of here.
because they're they're intruding upon something that you own, and that as a result, the state does have an investiture in that, based on the fact that you're a vassal of the state.
A vassal.
Well, I
So if
thought
you
this was
are,
like I thought we were talking about like God's law. I thought we were talking about like morality.
well,
I
where do you
thought like
think
where
our law
God
comes from? Like, where do you think we get the idea to make laws?
I think it comes from years and years of people fucking arguing with each other and compromising.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
yeah.
think American law
Generally speaking, yes.
is rooted like in Christianity really at all.
What is it rooted in then?
Whatever random problems that we were currently facing at the time, and
Yeah, so it's completely arbitrary.
yeah.
So nobody can actually be right or wrong.
Well, the law isn't really there to be like this is right and this is wrong. It's there to have fucking like rules to play by society and right? Like it's obviously like morally wrong to steal, but if you're starving to death, I wouldn't say it's morally wrong for you to steal some bread to get through the day or a slice of pizza. Right? Or like there are certain states where there's no like stand your ground laws where like if somebody is breaking into your house, this is how it works in New York by the way. If someone's breaking into your house, you cannot kill them. You're not like legally allowed to shoot. It's only if they're threatening your life. Like if they have to like literally pose a direct threat to your life for you to be able to kill them legally.
Yeah, so
Right?
you
So
would
it's like
kill them,
completely,
and
in
then
my opinion, that's completely immoral.
well, yeah, but you could kill them, and then you tell the judge, I fear for my life.
Yeah, but they can find ways to. It's not the case.
I'm back.
Based on like
Oh no.
where the bullets came from, like how far away you were when you shot, whether or not they entered through his back, like they can find ways to prove that there was no reason for you to fear for your life, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they could probably do that in any other case as well.
Anyways,
Like even a state that didn't have those laws, they could
but
probably,
yeah, there's definitely
if they had more money and resources, they could prove anything they
immoral
want to.
laws that I don't think are based on in God. That's why I was saying like what like is God okay with you killing someone to defend your property, right? Because
Yeah, I think he would be.
okay, well I mean I'm not really asking like what you think. Is there like any like is there any evidence like that would support that?
Yeah, I think it would have to do something with the fact that we do like put criminals to the sword, and it would be a sense of you handing out the execution yourself based in the moment of him, like whoever's like breaking into your property or doing that is you're protecting an asset, so you're actually protecting yourself, so you're justified in that behavior at that point.
I mean, like, I would honestly kill somebody for fucking trying to steal my car, but I wouldn't justify it being just like, oh, day is vault, God wills it, you know? Or am I understanding this improperly?
I'm trying to understand because he's saying that he wouldn't kill someone to defend his family because it's like immoral according to God, or like
Well, I
murder's
wouldn't
wrong.
kill an innocent person. That's what I'm
But
saying.
that was not the hypothetical at the time,
That was the
though.
hypothetical.
Wait, was it Carl? I think actually no, I think you're right. It was.
I don't think we
Okay,
define. I
then
don't
never
think we
mind.
really had speculation on whether like the original one was not if they were
So
innocent or
here's the
not. It was just a
hypothetical.
person, right? It was
Here's the
Yeah, you
hypothetical.
kind of just made it into.
Here, I'll state the hypothetical again. So
Okay.
somebody kidnaps your daughter or your wife, your family member, and says, "We will kill them unless you go out and shoot somebody completely random. You don't even know who this person is. Do you do it?"
Could you repeat it one more time? I was kind of distracted.
So you're basically told. So let's even do this. Like let's say you're American Sniper, right? Whatever it is, you're American Sniper. Someone's kidnapped your daughter. You're the best sniper in the world. Someone's kidnapped your daughter, and said, "Hey, we want you to go out and kill Joe Blow lives over here. Snipe, shoot him in the head." And you don't know who Joe Blow is. They didn't tell you, and they're like, "If you don't do this, then your daughter is gonna die." So are you like, "Oh well, I gotta go kill Joe Blow because they're gonna kill my daughter"?
Yeah.
And I would say, "No, I'm not gonna comply with you."
And so you'll let your daughter die because you don't want to kill
Yes.
Joe Blow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where you lose me, buddy. I would just go ahead and do it, you know, like
I'd do it,
I
and I
kind of
probably would enjoy it.
like don't get me wrong, I'm Christian too, but it's kind of like priorities are the family, you know.
Yeah, I think the thing that you're talking about, I guess, capital punishment. The traditional justification rests on several biblical texts. The idea of ordered justice is well, I think we get some of it from like I think in Genesis it was like whoever sheds the blood of man by man shall their blood be shed, and that's just because God made man in His own image. But then you got a Mosaic law that prescribed the death penalty for just a range of offenses, including murder. But I think it was just almost every offense. But then somewhere in the New Testament described it as basically if you're God's servant at that point, and by extension, like if you're a lawful citizen, you're basically God's servant at that point. You would if you killed someone who was on your property, that would ideally fall under the category of you are someone who's carrying out God's wrath against a wrongdoer. Meaning you're bearing the sword historically understood being the power of lethal punishment against a wrongdoer. Meaning this person who's stealing from your property by extension is harming the state or harming society.
This kind of sounds like a bit of cope.
Nope, that's exactly how laws work. You can't do murder. The murder that's wrong is that's done in private, done on your own volition.
I
Like
mean, like, yeah,
self-defense,
that's
like
how I would
self-defense
describe
is
murder.
justified.
But like, yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. That like, you have killing and you have murder, and I feel like these are two things that should be like definitionally distinct, because in the self-defense you have a just cause reason to do it, whereas with murder, it's kind of just like you're just killing somebody,
Yeah.
that doesn't deserve it, that probably trusted you to some degree, that just wasn't like prepared. They weren't trying to fight you, they weren't trying to kill you, so it's just like unjustified is pretty much like what I'm pointing out.
Yeah, if you have a stand your ground law, for instance, that would be a modern legal expression of the same idea. Person who's basically lawfully present, they're not the aggressor, they're not they don't have to retreat before using force, including deadly force, which you reasonably believe is necessary. You should always believe it's reasonably necessary. And you're doing it to prevent bodily harm on yourself or harm to your property, things like that.
I just think it's so funny you draw the line at like property.
Would draw the line at property?
Yeah, I just think
What
that's
do you mean?
funny. It's just like she's like, God forbid having to fucking kill anybody, but they fucking step on my property, then they're gonna get some fucking buckshot or
Well,
something.
the person in my previous example didn't do anything to you, so by killing him, you're committing murder. It doesn't matter whether it's on behalf like of somebody else or it's still murder.
Mm.
You're not executing him based on the law. You're executing him based on your own emotional value you've placed in a family member.
Aren't you like choosing to kill someone based on your like own emotions when they steal from you?
Not based on your own emotions. You're doing something right. Now you might have an emotional reaction to it,
Well,
but you're not.
right and wrong is like a matter of fact. There's a lot of people murdering
Yeah, but that
someone
sounds
because
like
they're taking your
moral
television
relativism,
is
doesn't it?
morally wrong, right? Like, look at any leftist say that.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you have an emotional reaction is because it's you're acting in righteous at that point or righteous indignation.
I'm not sure if this is like is it like kill like if someone's like stealing like what you own and you just kill them, right? Do you think that's like in some states that's considered like self-defense or some shit like that, or some like because like they stole something from you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you have, I guess for like stand your ground laws, if you have reason to believe you're in danger of serious bodily harm, then yeah.
I mean, like if like they stole from your property, if like some like uh educated individual breaks into your house and takes like your fucking TV and he like runs out of your house and then you shoot him in the back for doing that. Like I think like in some states that's like considered like
Yeah, at that point
self
you're probably
defense.
screwed. You probably are better off. Like you probably wouldn't have a good argument at that point. So
I mean, it is your property and you own it and someone's stealing it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's like by most standards that's protecting what you have, you earned, like it's protecting your property and shit.
There's there's a real life instance of something kind of similar to it's a little different, right? But it's kind of similar, right? There was a time where a man was kidnapped and he had a bomb strapped to him by some people, and he was told that he had to go rob a bank. They they detonate the bomb, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
So like, would you rob the bank? I would rob the bank. Um, guys,
Uh, I'd go into an abortion clinic or a yell at crowd and tell them to do it.
I'd
So,
strap myself to a missile and fire it to Tel Aviv.
So what if they're pranking you though?
there you
it
go.
wasn't a prank. This is a
Mm.
real life example. This actually happened.
Mm. But how would you know though?
Oh, about the whole like what is it like?
I guess
Hmm.
you wouldn't, right?
Yeah, you
In
wouldn't.
the same way you wouldn't know if the guy that like threatening to kill your family would actually.
I do want to ask you.
I guess then just to stay true to what I was saying, then I wouldn't comply.
I do want to ask you guys like about the whole like what is it like? You were talking about like what is it, like society and shit. Like how like uh my idea was that like to just move away from everything and then just like what is it like away from like society itself and you could just like be on your own at that point. You know, like I've seen a few people do it. Like I've seen videos like an MIT graduate like move away from like everything because he just got sick of like all of it, you know?
Is that Ted Kaczynski?
Not Ted Kaczynski, no, like it was Ted Kaczynski, an MIT graduate. I think it was an Asian guy, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess same answer. I wouldn't comply with it.
I I mean I just like do it just to like go to like some place that would cause like cause like places I personally dislike. I would just like go into that building and they're just like and I'll just tell them like do it pussy you won't and then like kaboom. I mean like there's a lot of aspects of like if I just do it in like in a like an abortion clinic or some shit like that. Like fuck it. Why not? Fuck it. Fuck it. Like just scream just like and then just scream like Allahu Akbar in like the like the top of your lungs just to like initiate more like fucking like just to confuse like the authorities and shit when they find like whatever it remains of you. Like they'll
Yeah,
go
I
like,
think
was it like the guy? Okay, like, they'll go like, this guy wasn't a Muslim, but why would he say Allahu Akbar? It's just like,
So edgy.
I mean, like, yeah, but it's just like it's just to like throw like the fucking like throw like the authorities off if you did type of that shit, you know, like fucking get kind of get the like the last laugh, you know, if it means like if like people are gonna like just do that, like you might as well try your best just to get the last laugh, the last hypothetical laugh, like you know, and then like I do like the I do like the idea of getting the last laugh. It is pretty ironic, you know what I mean?
Yep, you're the Joker, baby.
I mean, in general speaking, like it literally is like we've like had multiple like there's like multiple instances of just like people like countries and stuff like having the last laugh. Like you know what I mean? Like America, people like thought America was just not gonna collapse. Like we were gonna like we'd have like because like our country's like run by like for like the longest of times like people thought yeah they're just either gonna split apart or they're gonna like go back to like sucking off Britain and nope, we're like the most feared country in the world. We have more money than ever and we possibly could like end like the world's ecosystem in like and then like when we like nuked fucking Japan, right? Yeah, it was like it was like a weird like the trolley problem because one the Chinks were like can I say like Carl, are you okay if I say the funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Japs were extremely like nuts to an extent where um they're slicing off like they okay, I have one instance. I have a story like the Japs like sliced off this Filipino lady's like breasts and then just like played around with it. It's that gruesome. But anyways, no. That trolley problem is like we nuked Japan and then like now like they're like the biggest like exporter in the world essentially. But yeah, last laugh like we fuck off we like every time like there's a massive like instance of like a prediction and shit like for some reason like they get the last like stuff gets like there's a lot of things like where people or a group of people or like nations get the last laugh so yeah
Nigger, I
What
don't
is
know what the
he
fuck you're
talking
on
about?
about.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
sorry I okay sorry I'm kind of distracted but I'm just saying that a lot of shit like
Wait,
a lot
Carl,
of
you have 67 people watching you right now.
shit
67.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I'm not brainer. Pick up on that? I did not realize what you were trying to say.
I just want to say like yeah never mind.
Yeah, I'm just confused as to like what point you're trying to make. Like, how is this correlated to what we were talking about?
I just like getting the instance of like
It's left funny, don't you get it?
yeah, and it's no,
Oh.
I just like the idea of like getting the last laugh. It's kind of like
Oh.
yeah, you know,
And what the fuck was the spiel about like like countries getting the last laugh? If you like getting the last laugh, like I understand, like ego, I get it. But what what was with the spiel about like countries
Oh yeah,
doing it?
Like, is
Oh, yeah.
Israel getting the last laugh? Like, is
No.
Japan? Is China? Like, I don't know where you're going with that there.
I mean just like I think like my main emphasis is that like it's better to be like actually yeah I kind of like got myself into like a fucking conundrum yeah I actually like kind of got like confused and shit. I'm sorry. I'm just yeah sorry. You can just change the topic now because I kind of suck at this. Yeah.
All right.
I'm intentionally
Fontaine,
not
what's your
saying
PFP?
anything just to let it kind of seep in.
Yeah.
Why you got actually a bunch of people in Carl's Discord of like these cat-eared PFPs. Is this from the Neko chain smoking cat thing?
Yep.
Nah, it's yeah. Oh yeah, it's like that. I do kind of like the idea of like, I try not to be like a chain smoker too, because I just like I do like the idea of like a cat girl smoking. It's such a
Do you
simple.
like smoking?
No, it's already like taken like every one of my family members. I'm not gonna like join them.
It took your family members.
I mean like I mean like it killed them essentially. Like they all died of like fucking lung cancer and shit. You know.
Did they die early?
One in their 30s, the other one, what is it? Some of them just died because like they had a shitty diet and they fucking like were smoking a fuck ton.
Well, that was probably their diet. Probably wasn't the cigarettes.
Oh no, it was the cigarettes, definitely. Like they were chain smokers and shit. Like
I hate it when people are like, you find out that they're like, this person died of smoking. You find out they were like 90 years old, and it's like, bro, like they didn't die of smoking. They died of old age, and smoking probably was
I mean, like,
I mean,
Please-
I think smoking does significantly reduce your life expectancy.
I mean, like, you
That's
look at the
that's Hollywood propaganda. That's not
I
true.
think that's like smoker cope right there.
No,
Nigga.
that's
Like,
Jewish
mean-
propaganda. They just don't want you to
I
be
mean,
happy.
like, so why do like why
that
do
is
like
absolute cope.
why do like the, wait why do like the Japs like smoke like a chimney and like what is like Hideki Anno who made,
Asians
like,
just smoke like a chimney because like they fucking work like crazy, and they do it to just keep on working while kind of feeling good.
I should try that.
I mean, like, you know how nicotine. I mean, I presume, even though you don't like it, you've probably had a nicotine rush before. You probably smoked at least like before to try it, right?
Yeah, I smoke.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So
it-
you know
it-
what it feels like.
It just has that weird taste in my mouth. Like maybe I'm just like
No,
potentially
there's a
autistic.
buzz that it gives you, like
Hmm.
a highly energetic buzz, right?
Well, yeah, I kind of felt that, yeah, because I was work.
It's one of the best buzz you can get.
That's the
smoking while
that's your
drinking.
neural receptors becoming more
It's your
productive,
neurons activating.
But I'm
meaning
also
you
just gonna, like,
literally
smoke,
think
like,
faster.
I started like smoking like once a month, and now that I like what is it? I'm mostly just gonna do it while like fucking drawing, cause like fuck it, you know.
Do you
World's
draw anything
greatest,
degenerate?
world's greatest men.
Do you
all
draw
smoked.
anything?
Look at photos of
draw-
Einstein. He smoked all the time, literally all the time. He's smoking.
Do you
Why?
draw
Do I-
anything that you wouldn't want to show publicly?
I just
Do
like
I smoke
mostly do-
cigars? Yeah, I'll smoke cigars. I'll smoke cigars, cigarettes, but yeah, I'll smoke cigars if I want some
Yeah.
tobacco. 'cause
I was just gonna, like, draw,
some
like, I
kinds
just
of tobacco are
I just like
really
started
tastes
like
good.
drawing.
Smells
like,
good,
Toho
tastes good.
characters and like not like in mostly just like generic poses and shit. They're not like, you know, but they're fucking hard because like there's so much like interpretation of their like clothing and shit, and like Zun like draws them like weird, like has like different, like everyone has like different interpretations of like
Oh, that
Toho,
one,
like,
that last bullet went through the.
Toho like
Oh.
uniforms and shit.
You draw Toho?
Ah, I like Toho, but yeah.
Oh, nice. Who's your favorite character?
Oh, this is
Um,
the guy that draws you. Waiting for him to stop
Right.
talking. To...
Wait, are you saying that this is the big funny guy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
me.
he rejoined.
I
Oh,
just
I
kind of
didn't
got.
recognize you.
I just wanted to like Asians get anyways, no. I just like got like I just had to do like my exams and shit because, you know, Asian parents. Yay. Be glad you have fair to actually, like, you know. But yeah, no, like Yu Yuko is my favorite because she's a ghost girl and all that, you know.
Yeah, I remember her story.
I first like Toho because like of the whole like the Bad Apple like song, because
Yeah,
everyone.
I like the music. I never really got into the video games for it.
Zun's like it's like I do like Zun's artwork. He's pretty interesting for a guy. Like, I do like have like I do kind of wonder like what's his philosophy on a lot of things, because like I feel like he just created characters for the sake of creating them, or I actually don't know, to be honest.
Fontaine, are you Gen Z?
Gen Z, yep. I grew
Yeah.
up with like I was like anime is like what is it, the first time like anime like I was kind of there when like anime was like kind of getting popular, and
That would have been the '80s though.
well it started picking up like where what is it, like it back in the early days of like Netflix, like around 2011 2012, like you could have like Netflix had all of the anime you wanted, like, to like, but it usually was hosted like distributed through like Funimation, if you remember. Yeah, so you got like the whole shebang. You got like stuff like I watched stuff like High School of the Dead, and that, like, holy shit. Yeah, that yeah. I'm glad, like, it was pretty interesting because it was like tits and guns. So that was like something you'd never see. Like, it was so different to like it was so different from like American like zombie movies and shit. Like you had like stuff like yeah, the tits and yeah, like the guns and all that, and it's just
Is that the
yeah.
first time you'd seen tits and guns?
Oh, I mean that's the first time I seen like anime, like cartoons like portrayed that way. You know, like this was.
Cartoons.
I'm just like saying when I say cartoons, I don't actually mean like superficial. I'm just like saying it like as like in the perspective of a child like seeing anime for the first time. Like that
So
shit.
had you seen
So
that
you're
stuff
saying you
before?
were a
You'd seen like
D-Gen gooner as a child? Yep. Okay.
I mean, I
Yeah.
seen stuff like Dragon Ball and shit. So
Yeah.
was
that
your
was,
first
like,
exposure to nudity through anime then?
not like when it comes to animated stuff, yeah. But like when it comes to like stuff like what is it like when it comes to stuff like real life people was like when it comes to real life shit, it was like what's like super bad or like stuff like what is it like
See, I would have thought if you'd seen it in real life, then the animated stuff wouldn't be that impressive.
I mean like it's jarring because like this is like stuff like you know like Sex in the City or something like that like you saw on, like television and shit like when you were flipping through channels and shit, right? Like that stuff like I kind of whatever, it's just like sex on like yeah you have those sexy moments in television and shit, and then like stuff like High School of the Dead like just shows, and then like you know you're fucking like your your mind just goes like what the fuck, this isn't a cartoon when because you know how it was like back in like the early 2000s, right? Like it really had that shit, you know.
You're crazy, nigga. Like, you know that?
What,
Like,
am I not wrong? Like
I
what is
know
it?
I've kind of lost track of what you're saying.
I mean,
I
like,
was-
I watched like Gooner ecchi shit when I was in high school, and I didn't like really, I didn't really like view it this enthusiastically, you know.
I mean, like, I'm not viewing it.
Like, yeah, I seen like High School of the Dead, High School DxD, fucking
I'm just like,
like whatever
Yeah, I watched
else,
High School of the Dead when I was.
you
I
know,
was like, I was
like.
like, I was like, what is it? I don't know
It's
how.
really not a whole lot to write home about, I think, but
I
you
mean,
know.
like, this was at a time when like anime wasn't really like popular. It was like, what? It was like 2011. I was like 10. Yeah. Whoops. Ouch. That fucked me up.
I mean, I was on Newgrounds at that age, so you can
Yeah.
kind of guess where that goes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It was like I didn't have much like I didn't have much too much exposure to the internet. Like I had like like we didn't have much because it was still like post like 2008 2008, so yeah. I do want to like I do like find it weird like when a YouTube like I already talked about PaxTube, right? Oh yeah. Just go on.
We talked about PAX 2. I don't know if we talked about on stream.
I haven't really
Oh,
like
yeah.
watched his video as much, but I think he covers like history or like Christian history or politics. Was it? I don't remember, something of the sort, right?
Yeah, no, prior to that he was like talking about like how anime girls were based or some shit like that.
Especially
And
when they're in the, you know, the happy suits, you know.
yeah, like it just doesn't make sense how like Americans would like point out like why does anime have so much fan service, and then like there's stuff like super bad or
Was there
fucking
much fan
Like
service in
fan service
Superbad?
is
Like, I don't
pretty
even remember that.
self-explanatory.
yeah, no, like I just think that like stuff like when fan service happens in like in a like what is it like not like in,
'Cause
like
I remember there's like that show called like Stacked with Pamela Anderson, and like her whole deal was that she's wandering around blonde with big tits on screen, right?
yeah like I think I'm trying to like yeah like I just think that the whole like I feel like it like in America like we should just not like have like we shouldn't I think we shouldn't criticize like another media. I think we shouldn't like criticize like anime about that when we do it ourselves, like back in the early 2000s, you know. So It
I
just
mean, I
doesn't.
watch anime, so I don't criticize. You know, I'm not the one criticizing it.
I know, like I just remember like some people who were like who talk about anime and like how like there's so much excessive like fan service, and I just remembered that like stuff like
I mean, they're
2000.
not wrong, really. You know, like it is pretty egregious these days. You know,
Yeah, but like, but doesn't America do the same thing? Like when it comes to stuff like that?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like at least like I just expect people to be a little bit more self-aware about it, you know.
They're a bunch of fucking retarded normies. Like they literally look at like the fucking Super Bowl halftime and like, you know, that's their whole thing, you know, the whole family gets around and watches that retard shit, you know.
People even like, I don't think people even like want to be able to like talk about sports nowadays. I've never seen. I think maybe I've just been like, I think like I've been just kind of like unaware of like what they do. Yeah, when it comes to like people like normies and shit talking about it. What? Why is no one counting, anyways? He was like saying like he was like saying like 42 like oh he was like saying like 42 likes and shit. Mm. Sports are like sports are retarded. I'll be honest. I'm not. I mean like yeah. If it's just if you just want like play, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't smoke too many cigarettes nowadays. I do use Zins every now and then, just low dosage.
What the fuck are
Gives a good
Zins?
little high. Carl, you ever use Zins?
I've used them once. I didn't like. I don't know. I feel like people keep coming up with different ways to try to do nicotine, right? When you already have tobacco, like smoke tobacco, like all the all this other like this copium shit.
So I think it's like the whole like what creating tar in your lungs or some
Yeah, well,
shit.
I mean they want to be healthy, but you're doing nicotine, brother.
I don't know.
Long past you are past the point of caring about your health.
Christ.
I mean, I guess you say it, you know, like
You got a million different ways for you to get your nicotine. We got nicotine pouches, nicotine gum, nicotine dip packets. We got nicotine lozenges. We have vapes. We have like 40 different ways that you could smoke tobacco. We have snuff. We have like, dude, it's a little ridiculous. I think it's a
you
little
don't got
silly.
nicotine IV just yet, though.
No nicotine IV yet.
It's just dead, dead right there.
Nicotine drip.
I do have a video of fucking what is it? A bunch of people dressing up as SpongeBob's and then they're like what is it like fucking with like a bunch of Indians at a scam call center. If that makes like if that's like a better alternative to like nicotine is just like watching like people like fuck with Indians.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it kind of is, you know.
Excuse me, manager. I need to go on my 5-minute Indian call center break.
Manager. That's what I am.
It's VTuber manager.
The whole like
Use
Winston,
Velo pouches, same concept as Sims. You like them a little better. I have to try that then.
what is it like? Do you ever think like the VTubers are kind of like Winston, where they just like they became into like what is it? They decided to just do the whole VTuber like shtick, and then they just never watched an anime their entire life.
Probably.
Yeah, or they watched like one or two. I don't think most of the women getting into big anime fans. It's kind of well known that women aren't really big into anime.
It just
It's
doesn't appeal to them.
I just think that like I thought it'd be like in their ballpark, you know? Like I thought they would be like the type of people to be into. Or
No,
They don't-
because men
women-
like it, they have to hate
Well,
it.
it's not just that, but like, look at what's in it. It's fucking voluptuous women. Why the fuck would they be into that? I know that you're the Yuri guy, so like you don't understand, but most people are not homosexuals.
Gay guy alert.
like don't like what is it like? Don't they want to like so?
Like, look at what women do now that they're into like video games. They try to get rid of all of the good-looking women.
I feel like that's like the whole like getting rid of like the good-looking women shtick. Like I feel like that doesn't doesn't that not make any it doesn't make any sense, you know? Like
Why? How does
Do
it
they
not
not-
make any sense?
because like don't they want to see as like they would scream about like what is it like they would scream about like how like impossible body standards and all that like
Yes.
yeah. Well, fucking Kratos is like a fucking like 7 foot tall guy who like buff guy who rips people's heads off. Like, what's and guys don't complain about that shit. Like, don't they want to be like seen as attractive too? Like, isn't that like the
Well,
main?
yeah, that's why you have the whole looks maxing community, right?
I just think that. I think it's like what is it like? They don't want to do they not want to see like what they could be like an attractive women who could like what is it like kick ass and shit? Because that's what like most of the games have like female protagonists feature and like they complain about it too because like oh she's like sexual and shit like retarded. Sorry, what the fuck is up? Like something that boggles my mind too is like if they want to see like if they want to like what is it? They keep complaining about like games that like what is it that sexualize women. Then the most of them is just like people would mostly say like why don't you create your own games like seriously like why can't these people who complain about like games having sexy women why can't they just make their own games like we literally have like engines like completely available to everyone you know like
It's because they're fucking lefties and they don't create anything. Just like evil is only a
They're
perversion of
demons.
good,
They can only
like to
corrupt.
only just corrupt that which is good, which is video games.
yeah like I know about that part but like don't they like,
Because they're consumers. That's why consumers do not create
they-
things; they
They
consume.
want to gravitate to what everybody likes. They're so performative that reality itself is entirely just built around like fucking public perception, and they're upset that they're not the ones that are like publicly fucking perceived as like the go-to, as like the goat or the fucking flagship. You know, like Concord was supposed to be their fucking like halo of a generation, and nobody fucking wanted it. You know?
Yeah, like that's what I kind of like realized too. Like you said how like evil can only corrupt, it could never create, and like the moment they do try to create something, it's usually just it's shit,
Yep.
dog shit. Like you have to
It's because these people are ugly as well, and they don't want to make good-looking characters, male or female. They need to make them androgynous. They need
It's
to
all
make them
self-inserts.
palatable and fat and ugly
Hmm.
because they need to feel validated. And that's why they hate incels so much, because incels have the cojones to just call them fat, ugly, faggot retards.
I feel like I understand. I do like the. I mean, what is it for incels? Like, they do have the gall to do that. I just think that like some like incels like just maybe sex isn't everything. Like, there's like what is it? People like that. Like people like Elliot Rogers and all that. I think if Elliot Rogers just kind of looked himself in the mirror and just realized that he's just like considering like he could actually like get a girlfriend if he like wanted to. I just feel like he was like a narcissistic bitch.
He did want to. He did want to. It's just that he was a narcissistic bitch, and it was just not gonna work because he has like the worst personality on earth, and like all he does is go around like fucking preening himself, trying to like look good, and it makes all the women around him feel creeped out and like repelled by him. I mean, like I agree with you that him making sex everything, like the pinnacle of what he's pursuing, is like the one thing that he ironically was never getting. He wanted it too much.
Yeah, he was just like a genuine retard. Wasn't such a narcissist. Probably would have already had it by then.
Yeah, I mean, like all you need to do is just like really chill out and like, you know, not be a fucking like retard.
Complete spurg to be the best person.
I liked the stories about him, about how he like would be upset that like other mixed race guys or other racial guys would be talking to like white girls, and he just starts to seethe with rage.
There is like I remember there's like there's like a leak. I heard that there was like a leaked footage of Elliot Roger arguing with people in Team Fortress 2.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That sounds
Yeah.
pretty funny.
It's
It
yeah.
is. It's so fucking weird too. Like, I just feel like I try like to make whenever if I was gonna write like a story and shit, I try to make it as like grounded to earth as possible, because there's just so much insane shit in the world that like the idea of like a mass shooter who plays TF2 is so jarring to me.
Why?
Because like what is it like um Team Fortress 2 doesn't like what is it like well at the time because it happened like 2014 and shit. Most of the people who played video games were mostly just on Xbox, or they got like a PS3 or some shit. Like PC gaming, I think he
I
was
mean, do you remember how big World of Warcraft was?
yeah, but like what is it like for he wasn't he in college or something?
At what point?
Like I think I don't know when this shit actually this seems to
I think he was in his early 20s. I know that he had like the worst 21st birthday. I'm pretty sure he was 21 for that of his life. So I don't remember how old he was when he died, but
well, he complained about like his 21st birthday being the worst. Like by the time
he wanted like yeah, there's a YouTuber named Mandrake made like a video covering like the story about how Elliot Roger wanted to lose for his virginity when he turned
20.
21. So he like went around parties where like he wasn't invited to, and like just like pretended like he was supposed to be there. And like he would get upset that like some Indian guy was talking to a white girl, so he would like passive aggressively
Oh,
like bump into the guy. I think he like left the party and then came back to like dump water on them, or maybe that was a different couple. I think that was a
oh,
different couple. He just saw a
he
couple
dumped like
on the
Pepsi.
street. Yeah, and he like dumps like a fucking soda on these people, and then he's like trying to push these girls off a fucking porch of a house or something like that. And like
Christ,
it's
that
just
would
a
that.
crazy story. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, like I don't like canned Pepsi, dude. Sheesh. I don't know, like maybe like the whole like, but damn, like the Izzat loss, like that's like
Izzat.
that's like the negative Izzat loss right there.
Oh yeah, he was like really racking
That
up
is
negative
like
Izzat.
like that is like negative Izzat right there. Like I'm sorry, like
Because he also like got his ass kicked too when he was trying to push the girls off. Like he tried to push the girls off, that failed, and then like the men that were there started whooping his ass for it.
Christ.
So he got his ass beat, and he fucking ended the day as a virgin for his 21st birthday. It's pretty legendary.
Wow. Like at this point, like you could tell like how like I don't want to like be like what is it like that guy, but like it isn't like losing like by the time you're an adult, like I said, like the only thing at best you can get yourself is just like a nice cream cake, and that's it. Like I never
Cream
like
cake.
ice cream cake. You know, like those, like you know, like maybe my.
Oh, thought you said nice cream cake. And I was like,
Fuck
oh
off.
yeah.
I mean, on my birthday, I typically just get drunk, and I maybe will get like seafood. I'll get like some kind of like treat.
Oysters are
meal.
good. I got like what I got was like I got like oysters and shit. That was pretty good.
It's disgusting.
Oh,
I like
shut
oysters.
up! What? Why? What the fuck? What's wrong with
Fucking
oysters?
just like the texture.
I'm an option. I like the texture.
You just slurp them up, dude.
Damn.
I'm not a slurper. I don't slurp. Don't slurp here. Not in this household.
I'm gonna just get a fork and like just
What do you mean you get a fork? You get a fork and what with it?
or just like stab it and like just eat it. That's it.
That is retarded. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. The way to
Oh,
eat
no.
an oyster is that is fucking autistic as fuck.
I'm gonna like yeah. I don't care. No? Oh, seafood boil's pretty good. Yeah.
Fucking stabs a fucking oyster.
Yeah.
You're an animal.
Stab. Yeah. It isn't. But yeah, no, like having a party and wanting to lose your virginity, just that's pretty gay.
Well, he wasn't throwing a party because he didn't have any friends. He was just wandering around like the streets around college looking for parties that people were at.
Like, oh, I forgot. Do people do that? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of like.
You mean throw parties? Yeah. What do
No,
you
like throw parties and just allow just a bunch of random people in.
people.
No, I mean, like, because like I'll be honest, like I've never like, I never like fucking like throw a party.
You never been
myself.
to a party?
I mean, I've been to a few like parties only because my friends like kind of drag me into them. But yeah, like I was mostly like but I usually just get drunk there and call it a day.
I would never throw a party because, well, the people that show up will typically leave it worse than when they came, and I just cannot deal with having to clean up other people's shit.
I think the best type of party is like a fucking is a LAN party. I kind of miss like those like
The best kind of party is a LAN party. Yeah.
yes thank you. It's like
Yeah, we
La-
really
LAN
are
parties-
autistic.
I have done that before, though. Like, I have
Dude,
had LAN
I-
parties with my friends, and we played Dota together and what other games. And it was a
Yeah, I
good
mean,
time,
I've done
yeah.
it. I've done that too.
but like yeah, like it'd be kind of fucking cool. Like I think like we need to bring back like LAN parties. I think like people would be like a lot less depressed.
What
if,
is with like people on the internet want to like do IRL things? You know, like
I think it's just like because like what is it like? I think it really dates back to like when like the internet was just like around the early 2000s, I believe. Because like the idea of like meeting some cool guy who just has like the
Yeah.
same interests
Well,
as you do
let's
is
stop the homosexual about wanting to meet men. Let's not go down that road, okay, please.
I'm mostly saying like in a platonic way, and I'm like saying it
Oh god, here we go.
with the
Yeah,
sense
in a
of like
platonic way. He's just so cool and dreamy.
shut up,
This
dude.
Japanese man,
God, bro.
whoa.
Shut up. Anyways, yeah, no, like the idea of like just like get everyone in like everyone playing like fucking like Counter Strike like 1.6 and like and pizza and all that, Dante would
You really do belong here, you know that? I'm just saying.
CS 1.6. Holy shit! I think like the old internet was like a lot better than like what we have now. I think it's not like rocket science to admit like I think like if the internet just went back to like reverted to like what is it like a very decentralized very decentralized place like I'd say around like 2011, I think like the world would be a lot better.
I was pretty happy when 8chan was still around. I mean, like, yeah, 2011 was fun with all the Flash games and stuff like that, but I kind of just feel like 8chan was like a good time.
I I don't know how to feel about like 8chan because like yeah we had like it's like my friend like it allowed like anyone to become like a mod like well my friend heard but my friend who's like I had a friend who's like a fucking furry and shit, and he would talk about like who's Ken Ashcorp, right? The guy who made like the song who made Absolute Territory.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a song called like Absolute, like it's he made songs
Absolute
for
territory.
Yeah, no, what is it? It's a guy who made a bunch of like music and shit. He was kind of like he was Gamergate's own version of the Living Tombstone or some shit like that. Like he'd make his own songs and shit. He used to make songs about like Gamergate, and he made a song about making fun of like Andrew Dobson.
You want to post it?
Yeah, I can post it. Yeah. Let me just post like more his most like famous work. I think you've heard it before.
I mean, like, I've like listened to like plenty of like V musical songs and stuff like that, but I don't know about this whole 8chan musician thing.
Oh, he was like I think he told me like there was like a furry like board for it or something. Like, was there a furry board for 8chan?
The board
Is
for
that-
Yes,
literally
there's a
everything.
board for anything that anybody ever wanted
Oh,
to
he
make.
was. So my friend told me like how like he like literally hated like Ken Ashcorp because he was such a deadbeat like moderator because he didn't want to moderate the fucking board, and it resulted in like just so much spam of like.
Was this just like a long-winded way to like convince me to like get you to post fucking pony content and shit?
No, I don't like my fucking like brony phase has long been like dead. Like most bronies, like I want to be honest with you, like most bronies, like after Hasbro like kind of pulled the plug on it, like most bronies just became either full on like furries or they just like became like just became weebs essentially. Most of them like moved on.
I think it's the other way around that weebs turn into the furries or into the pony fags, bronies. The most exposure I've ever had to bronies was this server, by the way, Carl.
Really,
Welcome.
that's actually surprising. What the fuck?
I was able to completely dodge it in my life until now.
I think the Living Tombstone kind of exposed me to like the furry shit, you know?
Yeah,
I
they're like
remember there's that
they're
one
like ML pole
song,
people. You know how like there's like a subsect of furries that are like right wingers. They're like not even they're like not allowed to go to like conventions and whatnot because they're so autistic. They show up with like an armband with like paw print, national paw print. on our- like that
That's
kind
kinda
of like retard. That's the kind of people you're graced with.
Right. We got the fucking Nazi to pony pipeline here.
Yep. so many layers of autism. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought, like, what is it, like, there's, like, shit, like, I mean, like, to be honest, like, there was, like, a lot of gory shit involving MLP, so, like, it was gonna, like, kind of mix in. Like, we had stuff like, um, what is it, Hot Diggity Demon making, like, Pony Moth series where, like, what is it, like, they got Kira Buckland to voice, like, you know, 2B and shit, right? Like, they got her to voice, like, Twilight and shit, and fucking they had the animation had like Pinkie Pie going through like a fucking overdose or some shit, and it's like I think it was eventually gonna go that way because like people keep making like animations of like MLP characters getting like doing like a lot of like extreme shit, so it was kind of like it was kind of inevitable now that I think about it. No.
Oh, I thought the song that I was associating with 8chan was no, it was the Discord song from the Eurobeat Brony
Yeah.
guy. That's the
Discord.
song that I was thinking about, but I wouldn't say that's like 8chan related, is it?
I mean, it's in some of the best edits.
Eight what's like I heard about 8kun though. Like what's up with 8kun?
It was kind of like a attempt to recreate 8chan, and it never really caught on. Like it did get some traffic, and we like know a guy that has something to do with it, but yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going on there. I mean, I didn't really use it, so I'm not really the person to talk to about it.
It's
Wasn't
fucking. It's for all intents and purposes dead. Yeah, it's just like when after
Yeah.
8chan.org got pulled by the feds, then RL had to right, so they made it 8, and people just never really started going. The only people that inhabit it right now are like Q-tards. That's
I'm not sure if Q-tards are even still around after like Biden won that election.
they are.
I mean,
You
like,
know
now,
them.
but now like
Yeah,
now it's
yeah,
like
we do.
now it's like kind of like the shardy now. It's like what's your like I think like the shardy is like a lot like it's kind of is bringing back that old like fortune like behavior, which is I kind of like, but I just don't want to like. It is kind of pretty insane and shit, you know.
What are you talking about?
The Soy Jack party.
Oh yeah, that.
I mean, like stuff it like the shit they did was pretty fucking nuts, but it's just like it's pretty awesome though. Not gonna lie.
What did they do? I never really like kept a whole lot of track of what
Oh,
they've been up to.
Oh, they just mostly just like their way of like they do have like hard limits on like what's acceptable. So like
Well, they just
whenever
make like fucking true death edits, right?
yeah, but like whenever like they dox like a fucking like what is it like a troon and shit like they will like their most of their policies just don't fucking swat him because like of course don't swat them, just send them a bunch of like what is it like Qurans and send them a bunch of like Bibles and send them a bunch of like pizzas and then what is it take their like if you find out their phone number go to like some kind of random like porn website or something and then say like send me like and then like try to like pretend to be them and like put their like phone number and shit, you know. It's kind of it's nuts and yeah. uh
What do you think is the most offensive thing you could send to a troon? Because like I was kind of thinking maybe it would be something along the lines of like one of those like kind of pregnancy kind of like you're having your first baby books or pamphlets. You know what I mean?
yeah, like I
What do
actually
you think
don't know, like
what do you think would be the most triggering thing to a troon?
That's hard.
just like
There's so much.
send him something like like what is it pretend like
It's gotta not validate anything in their mind that could
Rope?
be interpreted as like validating
like
the whole
literally
woman
sending
thing.
them rope.
I feel like yeah no like sending
like
like
in
I
an
feel like,
envelope.
yeah no oh yeah that shit's I think like but that's easy though that's literally easy, you know.
You know, sometimes less is more.
Yeah, I mean like Setting them like pretending to be a troon and trying to befriend them and to say this is what I look like, and then like it's just
Okay,
like an
you're already
actual
going too far when you say pretending to be a troon. All right, you're
no, it's just
already going way too far with it.
yeah.
Maybe
All
like
right,
maybe like those like pictures of like a woman's ovaries that you would see in like a medical book, right? Where
Mhm.
it's not like
The
detailed.
fallopian tubes.
Yeah, the tubes, right? The tubes, like where the baby resides, right? Like the little diagram, just snip that out and fucking send that to him. That might fucking get him of the womb or whatever the fuck. I don't know, whatever it is. You
I mean
know what
like
I'm saying? The
The
fucking
thing.
the fucking medical diagram of a vagina, where it's it shows like the womb
oh
and the tubes. Yeah.
wait, Carl, did I like speak of troons like before I left like the freezer had an incident like what my friends
Oh
told me
god,
about.
you're from the freezer.
I
Wow.
will. I had like a little bit of a conflict between 854. I mean 318. So yeah.
Nobody knows what the numbers are.
Oh,
It's supposed to
what's
be
his,
that way.
yeah. No, like I just like kind of disassociated with them because like it's just it was one like yeah you can say the N word and yeah you could say a bunch of funny shit, but like now when I saw like a bunch of like stuff they were posting, yeah, this is gross. And like there was like a troon like who tried to chop off their only testicle or some shit, and they it was just like they just and you know what he texted like, should I go to the hospital for this? And everyone just like fucking like was just grossed out because like why would you post this on the internet for everyone to see, you know?
They post.
Because they're performative people and they need to be seen by others.
I think like Troon like yeah, but like I think Troon shit is now like gonna be like a thing of the past now. Like statistically speaking, like what is it? Gen Z is less likely to like identify as trans now, which is a good thing. I think like we're I think we're gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Bro,
They
you
will
suck Chapstick.
slowly
I don't
die
think you're gonna
out.
be the guy to say stuff like that, you know. You're just not the guy, you know.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah, Gen Z is I hear is relatively conservative and based and all that stuff. So poggers, I guess.
Poggers.
Pogger. We gotta bring that back. I love poggers.
I I felt like Pogger's a little bit annoying, but I did kind of like it because it was pretty funny. They had to change like the fucking like they had to change like the emote on Twitch or some shit. I remember that or some shit like
Yeah, the
that.
PogChamp was the guy. The guy that's in the photo for the PogChamp was a Trump supporter.
Oh really? What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Christ.
literally why they changed.
Is tryhard still like fuck it is still
I don't know.
banned on like Twitch? Because like that was a pretty funny funny emote because it was
Tryhard's the black guy with the afro, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They would like Photoshop like the afro on other like streamers' faces, like guys like Oddcast or like Bathroom Dwayne, and oh yeah, those are like just two guys who got.
Oh, I'm getting Project Zomboid recommendations in my YouTube now.
Project Zomboid's pretty good. I actually played a lot of it. It is a really good game. Um, let me see. How many hours do you have on it? Yeah. Jesus Christ, I was playing for a lot of times and shit. Like, um, I had me and my friend like we would go to like you know that if you guys remember like there was like this there was like actually like an alpha footage of Project Zomboid, and it featured like it was a guy trying to protect his wife from a bunch of bandits and zombies or something.
Bob and Kate.
Yeah, Bob and Kate. I was like I thought you might you
Well,
didn't
Bob
know.
and Kate are part of like they were the original like protagonists of the back when it
Was it Was it supposed to be like a story-driven game, or it was supposed to
At
be
the
like?
well, like so, what it was like it was like the tutorial. It was like the tutorial on how to play
Oh,
the game, right? But they
And
got
was
rid
it
of it.
like removed or something?
Yeah, it
Because it
was.
was like some. What was the reason for that?
They were removing NPCs entirely,
Oh,
and
uh-huh.
there were NPCs in the so got rid of it.
I'm really excited to see how
Bob and Kate are the
NPCs.
ones that are on the. They're the ones that are on the main menu.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, basically, like how it plays out is Kate gets an injury and she's in crutches, right? She's because her legs are broken. And you have to like you're Bob, right? You play as Bob. You had to take care of her, right? While the zombie apocalypse, and um, a numerous amount of things could happen, right? Like you could
You could
smother her. You could just straight up kill her.
tr-
That is amazing.
Yeah, if you like did not want to
You
like
just
fuck
like
around with that,
fucking
you could
pick up a
just
pillow,
yeah,
just
yeah, you
like
just grab a pillow and you
mother
kill her with
option.
it. Um,
Yeah.
Oh boy, the incels have a fucking field day with that one. They can't let them have that.
you
You
could
can't let them win, you know.
fail to get her food in time, or if like you were successful by the end of it, some like your
Oh,
guy would show up in your house with a shotgun and
the
he
fucking
would see
like
that she's
the
like injured and think that she's infected and kill her.
the possibilities are endless. Like you could literally just open the door and just let the fucking zombies get her, you know? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's like, wasn't there like a you could after you kill the guy, like the game was supposed to end with like, well, the demo or some shit, or was it tutorial was gonna end with you like defending your house or some shit, and then like, you know what I mean? I thought it was.
That's kind of what it. Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Trying to defend your wife and yourself, right? Um, you just kind of scrap that entire idea. And now they're only on the title screen where they're like embracing each other, and then the lightning happens, and out that Bob's eating Kate. He's turned into.
Oh,
Really, the end game is all you go fishing, you farming.
Yeah. The end game is you just survive. Like that's the point. That's the goal of the game, and trust me,
objective
it will
survive.
try its damnedest to. Your first like maybe 50 hours of the game are going to be you really struggling to figure out how to do that.
I think like. Mhm.
Like what I'm doing right now, like it's all like it. I don't even know that thing. Um, like what I was just doing right now is like I got a bunch of ammo so that I could kind of go around my immediate area and like clear it out of zombies, so I don't have to worry about zombies while I'm like doing my activities in my time.
Damn, yo, small.
And then like you go clear out areas and whatnot. Huge ass map, tons of places of interest for you to go travel to. To get loot. But yeah, once you overcome the initial first few hurdles, long-term survival is basically all that's left, and
I like
it's pretty monotonous.
I like making like the what is it the what is it the fire station in Rosewood like my base because it just like
Everybody does.
It's a bit shit
yeah I mean like
basic.
It is like probably the most hand catered like base location just made for people to just make base on, I think.
like
Like they
if
added a pond next to it so that you could like literally do everything at the fire station.
but when it comes to like what is it when it comes to like getting like a group like when it comes to like playing multiplayer and shit like it's better to get like everyone like in one place there because like that's where all like the babies go and shit, you
It's
know.
not that hard.
Yeah, I mean it's better just it's I mean it's better than like going like what is it like what is the other location because it's been a hot minute since I played
Well,
it.
the fun of multiplayer is that like the real danger is the other players, right? Like it's not the zombies because the other players will just show up and fucking shoot you.
Yeah,
And
That's if you have friendly
getting
fire
shot,
on, right?
no, you just turn PvP on and start killing people.
Yeah.
And no, they can't do anything about it unless the server specifically has that disabled.
I
But
literally
getting
cannot.
shot in this game is like a really fucking big deal because A, you could just straight up die. But if you don't just straight up die, you have to remove, like, your odds are the bullet's not going to go all the way through you, so you have to get the bullet out, and then you have to stitch your wound, and you have to like, there's a shit ton of stuff that has to happen once you get shot in order for you to not die just
I
because you got shot.
I'm really excited for like NPCs and shit because that's like gonna be like a massive like factor too. I feel like if they added it, it's just gonna be like there's gonna be a lot more like people are gonna want to play like a lot more of like single play like a multiplayer with friends because it's just like it's a lot more challenging and they're trying to make what is their plans for making that
It
by the
depends on how what they do with these,
it
on
should
how
be a
realistic they can possibly make them. I imagine it's probably just going to be something I disable. Like, I don't think I'm going to
right.
enjoy it very much. I'm not used to having NPCs running around.
um
Multiplayer, if you want other people in the game, just play multiplayer.
Yeah, no, like I remember like what is it like I've been told about like this one time like I think like like V had like a Zomboid game or something a Zomboid server I think I forgot which one like and it essentially just became like the behaviors became more like SS13 where like they decided to have like a race war and shit and it got so like retarded that like it just literally cleared out the zombies somehow until like
The
they decide to
zombies, after you get good enough at the game, the zombies aren't really a problem. They're not really they're more of an inconvenience problem.
Yeah, like they're a big threat in extinction, like practically the whole time. But like when you're playing like regular apocalypse or something like that, like yeah, even getting your first like decent melee weapon, you're generally gonna be pretty good off. Like you don't need to fight most of the zombies ever in that mode. You can always get away, and you can always kind of like mow them down. In extinction mode, you just like have no fucking like option to fucking like even make it out like the first day. Like even if you do, it's like an actually different game. It's like just nowhere near the same
Yeah,
experience.
runners make the game different.
I
Yeah,
think
they're
there's
like
like
a
the
lot
whole
stronger, and they just like fucking just are relentless.
I thought like what is it the what is it I thought I always liked that it was like a homage to George Romero movies because like you
Yeah.
know what I mean
It's what they're based on. Yeah, that's what the
I do
zombies are
like that
based.
though like the ideas like if you fuck up if you like I think slow zombies are much of should be like are much more of a bigger threat than like running zombies well I think in real life or in games and
How
shit
What?
how is that?
like it's like usually like it's a for one it's an unrelenting force and two it's just like
And
if
running zombies aren't.
oh yeah I think running zombies are but I think like when it comes to like slow zombies and shit right it's just like it's mostly focused on if you fuck up and if you like trip or some shit you're done essentially because like their numbers are like what makes them like a horrifying like a terrifying force you know what I mean
I think I think what you mean is that, like, it's ominous or more. It's definitely not harder. Running If running zombies are fucking it's unwinnable. Straight up unwinnable.
I mean, like, yeah, yeah, you're right about that. Like the whole 28 days later, like kind of like, eh, I think 28 days later is pretty good, by the way.
I mean, it sounds like you have Project Zomboid, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so
I've.
fire it up, start an extinction game, and tell us how many times you have to start over within 10 minutes.
Can I go Rosewood or I have to
It
do like,
doesn't matter where you go. You
all right,
literally will spawn in a house and immediately be attacked by zombies.
all right, bet. I'm doing it right now. Doing it right now. Let me just.
The thing that
Have you
makes
never
it
tried it?
difficult is well, one, they can run, right? That's the big thing. But it's the house alarms that constantly go off as well, which pull all of the hordes around the map. So during, like, the beginning of the game, you cannot, like, any base that you try to set up is just going to get flooded with zombies that are migrating towards the alarm that was set off because one of them broke a window.
Um, I thought like, I'll be honest. Like I thought you were gonna say talk about real life. But yeah, I know what you. But yeah, in video games, it's a lot more like it's the other kind of the other way around, you know.
Well, I don't think they would run. In real life, if it was to be a real thing, they would definitely be slow. Just because, like, walking already is, like, incredibly a complex action. But running is, like, far more complex. And I don't think any disease or parasite would be able to control something that precisely. It would be able to.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, you got rabies, cordyceps, and the
Rabies is like
V
it's a
virus.
rage. It's a rage thing. And like hallucinations. It's not like you're literally a, a thing to spread the disease, right? Let's not dead and their bodies being puppeted.
Yeah, because like, well, in 28 Days Later, like this is why people say it's like not a zombie movie. Because it's like a virus, and
It's
it's like they're air quotes still alive technically, but like and it does eventually like they do starve out, but yeah, and like pretty much it's a contentious thing because like when you got running zombies, I do think that it's like going with the whole this is like a virus, or like there was this Korean movie that did it as a fungus, very similar to Last of Us, but they were using slime mold as opposed to like cordyceps. That was a good movie too, by the way.
What was it called again?
Colony. It's
Oh,
Korean. The Koreans, like when they do zombies, they like have them like do all this like whole like fucking bone crunching kind of noise.
yeah, I heard that Train to Busan movie was really good. I remember that came
Yeah,
out and it did well. There's
yeah, yeah. It was a good movie. There's also like a TV series called like We Were All Dead, and it's just like Korean kids in a high school in a zombie apocalypse. They do like zombie movies relatively well these days, I would say. There's this other movie called I think Hashtag Alive, and I like that
oh
too.
yeah, watch that.
Yeah. I mean, like technically, like yes, those are zombies, but like I think like it's based on a manga called like what I'm a Hero or something like
Manhwa or
that.
something.
Yes, a manhwa, right? And I mean, it kind of had more to do with like aliens that were actually kind of behind the whole zombie infestation, but the movie never really like went as far as to get to that part because that would kind of be a whole big thing in itself.
somebody in chat says slow zombies are endurance hunters that will break your will. It's very true. Very true. Like I learned that too by like I didn't realize how much like monotony, like daily chores you would have to fucking do in a zombie apocalypse until I played Zomboid, and I was like, oh my god, wait a minute, they're right. How the fuck do I get a consistent source of water? How do like takes too much? There's too much that needs to be done. Just gotta get food, you gotta get water, you gotta get weapons, you gotta have a place to sleep, you have to have
You
fortifications,
gotta
like
care for your animals because you're a farmer
you gotta
now.
care for yourself. Yeah, it's you gotta yeah, there's just too much. There's too 'Super chat. Tired. Uh, Vulture K 2902. Just resub. Welcome to the Token
Oh,
Nice
that's me.
Dudes. And no
Um,
one 410 for $2. Thank you. Mutslaw, 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 Raw. Uh, at some point, somebody must have brought up BBC. I don't remember that happening. 28 Days Later is great, but the sequels are trash.
Yeah, I mean, like 28 weeks later was okay. It wasn't as good as 28 days later, but like at least it was much better than 28 years later. That was like a fucking pile of dog shit.
Doesn't 28 days later start like in the same way um The Walking Dead starts, where like the guy wakes up in the
Yeah,
hospital, like
yeah,
literally the exact same.
yes. It does start in the hospital. Yeah.
Wait, let me do
I never finished the walk. Stopped watching after like they got out of the prison.
Yeah, same. I think I stopped watching around the time that they like got off the governor and like the town or whatever like that. And then I remember that like some other group like caught and killed Glenn, and then I was kind of just like I feel like I'm just like not really feeling the whole show a whole lot anymore.
The moment Glenn died, like the fucking like the show like he took the show with it essentially.
I don't think so. I kind of just feel like I was sort of already kind of feeling fatigued before that. It's just that that was kind of just like where I kind of like just eventually just stopped.
Oh, there we go. That's how you make the fucking. There you go. Let me just try to make like fucking. Okay. Um. Yeah.
I checked out early, and from what I've been told, like yeah, it kind of starts to go downhill after where you started, so where you stopped.
I feel like what is it when Carl, I'm not sure if you want to, because I feel like it'd be too much of a simple like Gordian knot when it comes to this type of video. But like exploring the psychology of troons is like, I feel like that would be an interesting video because, but I feel like that's it's not okay. You're right.
Kind of
I'm right
dumb.
now.
Kind of dumb.
Yeah, but like I do want to like go into like I do like the whole like idea of going in depth about it because it's just so Oh my god! You're
Oh
right. Oh
my
my
god!
god! Oh my
Oh
god!
my
A
god!
very Jewish. Oh my god.
What is that?
I'm dead.
Oh, you playing Extinction
Yes. Oh
Mode?
my god! It's I'm so fucked.
Yeah, told you.
Oh,
Okay, well that did not take long. Um, all right. Well, I'm gonna end the stream there with him dying. It's a good place.
oh. I have managed to like find like